heavens for that. But anyway, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
That's not my favorite song on the radio. I'll just say that.
Really?
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah.
Sweet sound.
I guess so,
The
yeah.
sweet sounds of Rihanna.
I guess so, yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
I like the video. Maybe that's why I like it.
I'm a big fan of Rihanna, Terry, but...
I know.
I just ain't feeling it. Maybe it's a girly song. I don't know.
Maybe
it may
is.
tend to be more of a girly type song. That's all I can say.
There you go.
Everything going all right?
Everything's going good.
A little hump day action or what?
Yes.
Well, scary things going on, man. Talking about another Katrina and talking about a lot of, I guess that's it. Anyway.
So I have to get another dog?
Yes.
Yeah, you may have to get another dog.
Gotta save another one.
Come on, you love the dog that you got.
I don't need a third, though.
There's
Dante's crazy.
Happy stories that have come out of the Katrina disaster.
Yeah, that's true.
And you're one of them.
Most of those dogs are better off now than they were. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Even before Katrina down there.
Yes, your dog celebrates the Katrina thing, I'm sure.
My dog doesn't eat his dog food that I buy him because he doesn't like it. I'm thinking, you know what? You can head on back down to New Orleans. I think you got it so bad, all right?
Is that what you hit him with?
He doesn't. This dog food I buy, it's like $80 a bag. It's special for my other dog, and he won't eat it.
Send you back to the Superdome.
That's right.
One way ticket.
Go eat your own Pooh. You think you got it out of my house, all right?
Do as your master does.
That's right.
Anyway.
He's spoiled.
He's just
They have
like a
him good
little
now.
simple little...
Well, you give us an update on this tropical storm that they say is destined to turn into a Category 4, which is what Katrina was. That's headed straight for New Orleans again.
Jeez.
So,
Still rebuilding Ninth Ward. Got to brace up again.
They're not rebuilding anything. Don't kid yourself.
So, we'll see what goes on there.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we will come back and we'll get things started right after these words. The T-Man Show.
A harsh dose of reality for Denise Richards. Is her Look at Me show a big hit? A TV sensation?
Yeah, all those.
Well, no.
Oh, geez.
That would be false. Denise Richards' It's Complicated was just renamed Denise Richards' It's Canceled. He pulled the plug just as Extra was breaking news that Charlie and Brooke are having a baby.
Wow.
Now you're in the know with Extra's Rumor Control.
Extra's Rumor Control. I love being in the know, Terry.
You're in the know.
Thank you so much for confirming that.
Yep.
Denise Richards not only had to deal with the information that we talked about yesterday, that Charlie Sheen, in an effort to show Denise Richards that it wasn't him, it was her, as to why they couldn't coexist. See, I can get along with people just fine with having another baby. He hit her with that news, and right after he got slapped with that, because that stings.
I would say yes.
You root for the person that you swore was the reason why you couldn't make the marriage work, and he wouldn't be able to live with anyone else if he couldn't live with you. It stings when you hear he's having a baby. It's a very effective means of getting even.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably not fair to the child that did nothing to really,
Right. Well, the other thing, too, is...
one of the parties, and really won't be loved at all. But
the other thing, too, though, is that when they got married, he was very outspoken about how he really knows what marriage is going to be all about because of
when he
her.
married Denise Richards?
No. When he married the new wife.
The new girl. Yeah, well,
that he's pregnant with.
You have to see all those things to make the wound extra gaping and and sting
more
just
salt.
a little bit more. Yes.
Now, this woman changed my life.
Yes, that was his
She's
big
the
thing.
one for me.
And boy, did it need a change.
Yeah.
I never thought I could love someone as much as I do this one.
And I just came off a marriage that was filled with nothing but hate.
Right.
That's right.
And I was told day after day that I didn't know how to love. Well, I guess that person was wrong. I can't remember her name. But in case she's listening, we're having a baby, too, on top of that.
Right.
And I just heard the show was canceled. Sorry about that.
Ooh, got her.
Denise Richards is canceled. Doesn't sound like a very good show to me. I don't think I'm going to watch that. Sounds kind of boring.
Well, I guess no one was watching her show. What was it called? Look at Me?
Denise Richards, It's Complicated.
It's complicated.
It's complicated.
Well, what's interesting...
What was the Look at Me reference to me there or something? Did I hear something like that?
Yeah, you did. And I don't
harsh dose of reality for Denise Richards.
I'll take a harsh dose of anything right now.
Is her Look at Me show a big hit?
Her Look at Me show, I guess.
Yeah, it's all about her. It's all about cameras on her nonstop.
Well,
hey, here's me on the internet. All right, here's me cooking dinner. All right, here's me taking a shot.
I can't believe that wasn't a recipe for unbelievable success.
She's so interesting.
Well, there were issues too. Charlie got upset because
he didn't want the kids on the show.
Yeah, he didn't, and which
I think that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's all about her. So what else is going on with her?
Yeah, if you have to turn to the 6-year-old and the 4-year-old for entertainment,
yeah,
I think we're all in trouble as a national viewing audience.
Right.
Well, the show had what, about 12 episodes?
I don't even know.
Probably.
Maybe 20 tops. It was on for less than a year, I know that.
Yeah.
On for 6 months about.
Yeah.
That's got to be a tad embarrassing.
The
Right.
show gets canceled from E.
I mean, do you go to the grocery store at all when you're going to hear either one of the two things? Oh, I hear Charlie's having a... Oh, well, you don't want to talk about that? Well, okay, I guess you don't want to talk about that. How about your show being canceled? You want to talk about that?
I know. Well, what's
Not a good day to be approaching Denise Richards with conversation.
Right.
Look, are you going to make out with Nev Campbell or not? Tuned into 3 of these stupid shows. Nothing.
Now, she would have done that.
Right.
Maybe the show would have been picked up for a second season, and Nev Campbell can use the word.
Well, what's interesting is the New York
More
Post.
ways than one.
The New York Post actually heard about it first and ran with it, and then of course she and her reps are trying to save face, go no, it's not canceled, and then all of a sudden
Wow.
he's like, yep,
Everything she does lately is just wrong.
yeah,
But she still looks pretty decent.
sure,
Not the hottest she's ever looked, but when you think about it, she's still a pretty damn hot woman.
yep,
Yeah, but that ain't enough to keep her happy right now.
no,
That's a shame.
yeah,
It's gotta be tough.
yeah. I guess she'll have to find something new to do.
Yeah, all right. Pick up a hobby. Anyway, what else is going on this morning? You saw the convention last night? You see Hillary in her orange jumpsuit, Terry?
Saw just
Whatever you
a
call that? Or
tad.
Probably not a jumpsuit. I'm guessing. I didn't see it, but I bet it's not a jumpsuit.
Right. How about a suit, maybe?
Pantsuit, maybe?
all right, whatever women call it. Yeah.
Pantsuit?
They
Not
were.
exactly calling it prison garb, but yeah, it was a nice business-looking orange suit that made her look the best I've seen her in a while. And of course, everyone is with rave reviews of how she did up there on the podium. Many saying, "There's the last example you need as to why she should have been the nominee." But it's going to be Barack and John McClane, as you know, Terry, trying for Die Hard 3 with a vengeance. And they say they're dead even right now.
Yeah.
Really? Dead even.
Yep.
Draw that.
Barack Obama, had an 8-10 point lead about 3 months ago. Now the last update that came out of the New York Times a few days ago says dead even.
Barack Obama's selling out stadiums quicker than the Beatles. And he's not going to win?
Apparently not.
Gosh.
Well, I mean, according to the poll, dead even. I don't know what that means, but...
80,000 screaming people in stadiums all over the country. No, he's not going to win.
Well, economy in the crapper, the war just a disaster, and should be up by 50 points.
And here comes a 75-year-old president.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks like he's got a wad of chew in his mouth at all times. And mumbling up there, and he's dead even with Obama.
Yep.
Kane.
I don't know. Times are very interesting, I'll just tell you that. Okay. What
Definitely
else?
true.
What else is happening?
Sad news in the hip-hop world. Dr. Dre's son, his 20-year-old son, Andre Young Jr., was found dead on, I think it was Sunday morning, by his mother.
Never fun, I'm sure.
No. So, apparently, Andre's mother told police that he'd been out the night before with friends, didn't come home until about 5:30 in the morning, went to bed, and then when his mom went in to check on him...
No foul play expected? Are we looking at an OD here? What are we looking at?
Maybe so, maybe. I don't know.
Well, I mean, how many options do we have here?
Right.
That's pretty much it.
Found dead in your bed. Two
Yeah.
options.
Yeah.
Foul play, OD. Anyone got a third idea?
That's it for me.
Yeah.
They found, she found his body about 10:30 in the morning.
Late risers.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
That's pretty
unfortunate.
sad.
Yeah. 20 years old.
And he was starting to come into his own in the musical world, or what?
I haven't heard of
Probably
him.
not.
Not this one. He does, although he has
Wouldn't really need
a
to.
son that is a rapper. Young Hood, I think, or something like that.
And who was this? What was
Dre's
his
other
son's
son.
name?
This one is just Andre Jr.
This one is just Andre Jr.
Yeah, I don't think
Okay.
necessarily he's in the music industry.
Well, he was Andre Jr. This is very sad, Terry. Anytime something like this happens,
Yep.
never a happy story.
No.
So I don't know how you're trying to start the morning, but you're
Oh.
hitting us with pretty heavy stuff.
I know.
Hurricanes and people dying. Thanks,
Happy
Barry.
Hump Day.
Yeah, I thought we were supposed to hump today. What happened to that?
Maybe it'll motivate people to hump. I don't know.
I ain't going to motivate anyone to hump. Okay, let's screw.
Yeah, I'm
Get in
so
a better
hot.
mood.
Thanks.
Okay, thanks a lot for
More
that
stories
idea,
of
Terry.
kids dying.
Yeah,
It does it for me every time.
yeah. I mean, what is-
Right, well,
you just motivate me to do all kinds of positions this morning, Terry. Thanks a lot. Hit me with one more. We'll be doing the reverse corkscrew in no time.
Try to find like a puppy or a kitten dying or something, would you? That'll really do it for me this morning.
Because as you know, the only thing worse for Hotshot Scott than a human dying is an animal dying.
True.
Make sense to you?
Yeah, it is worse, I think.
Well, of course. We've talked about that many times. You hold animals to a higher
You do.
level than human beings.
Yeah, but I told you I'm not an animal lover. I'm a human hater. There's a difference.
That's good to know. Okay. What else is going on?
There's rumor that Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith are expecting again.
Okay.
There's
So
some happy news. Supposedly, this is, of course, from MediaTakeout.com.
every time a door closes, a window opens.
Okay. So.
Does that apply at all?
Yeah, what is it? How come a window opens when a door closes?
I don't know. Something opens.
Okay.
So,
Well, if you do slam a door, your window does make some noise sometimes.
It rattles,
Yeah,
yes.
that is weird.
If it opens, you may want to get that checked out. But the expression goes something close to every time someone closes the door, a window opens, and you say, new baby, untimely passing. There you go.
Yeah, but I can't fit through the window, so it doesn't help me.
Oh, you know, you have a negative slant on everything this morning, and it ain't working out.
Hey, I'm trying to make things happy again.
All right.
Butter your ass up, squeeze through the freaking window, and shut up.
I'm buttering it.
Love the nooks and crannies.
Oh, jeez.
You a flat top guy or a flat bottom guy or a fluffy top?
What?
As far as your English muffins.
Oh.
We're not talking gayness. Okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what we were talking about.
How did we get to English muffins?
That sounds good right now, actually.
I don't know how we got an English muffins. Oh, because I
You're
said
the
every nook and
fluffy-
cranny.
yeah.
And I started thinking about English muffins, and there are two kinds of people in this world, Terry. There are fluffy top people,
Yes.
and there are flat bottom people.
Right.
You don't like both sides of the English muffin. You prefer one or the other. You do? Oh, Terry's the only one.
Yeah.
Terry's the only one. I mean,
Really?
Yeah. If you
ETB just said it.
No. But what my man's saying is true.
If you have to, you eat both sides because you
Right.
like it nonetheless.
Right, but if you had to choose-
if two people are eating an English muffin, and you can trade with someone who has a different preference because they prefer the fluffy top as opposed to the flat bottom.
You
Right,
get,
right.
You get first pick. You get to pick what side you want.
Right. If there are two English muffins being made, and you can take a choice of the flat top or the fluffy top or the flat bottom, you're going to have a choice.
I never
Right,
thought I did,
right.
but I have a choice.
I have a choice.
do.
Yeah.
You don't really think about this. You need me to think about it for you.
That is weird.
That's a good point.
There are two kinds of people in this world, those that prefer the fluffy top and those who prefer the flat bottom. I know exactly who I am because I have a very strong preference one over the other. I mean, I do eat both, of course, when I make an English muffin, but I enjoy one more than the other.
You know
and
what
if I could make a trade with someone who had a
Trade.
a differing opinion, I'd be happy to do so. Oh, you're a... Well, I don't want to give away what I am, Terry. That would just end the suspense. But I'll do it anyway. Oh, you're a fluffy top guy? Perfect, because I'm a flat bottom guy. I like the flat bottom, Terry.
Really?
That's right.
I'm fluffy top.
I'm a flat bottom
flat
guy.
bottom.
I'm fluffy top.
Guys must be flat bottom.
I don't know why.
No.
That's so weird.
That
you
is
say
weird that all three of you guys are totally flat
The flat
bottom.
bottom a little more crunchy.
Yeah, a little crispy.
Yeah.
Really?
A little more crispy, a little more flavorful. I like the flat bottom, and I never look back.
But when you do the fluffy top and you put the butter in every nook and cranny, it
No,
just
I think the
soaks
flat
it.
bottom holds the butter
Oh,
better
see, I
because
don't-
It's like a little bowl.
The crannies are deeper.
Yeah.
The flat bottom has bigger craters. The fluffy top, it more is convex.
I never thought I'd have this conversation with skinny people. me and my fat friends talk about all day long.
Us three combined weight may come close to you.
Yeah.
And here we are having the conversation.
Never
my
thought
God.
it, ever.
Oh, no. Trust me, and you can have this conversation with all your friends now. Are you a flat bottom person or a fluffy top person?
I'm asking all the Terry Cam chatters right now.
Oh, it's too early to have them really get in gear. Ask them at 9 o'clock. Oh, you'll be having a frenzy there in the chat room.
Right. Gay's a cute, chubby bottom person.
So we got 3 flat bottoms and 1 fluffy top, and Terry's your fluffy top.
What does Pasty like? I'm just
Isn't
curious.
it good to know? I was going to get to that, trust
Boys?
me. I wasn't going to let him get away with nothing.
Man,
But
guys,
I just think it's good to highlight that Terry's a fluffy top girl.
I don't know why.
Damn.
It just sounds weird. Like,
Why does it sound
I
weird?
don't know. It just does to me.
I'm very much enjoying your fluffy top moment right now, Terry.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. A Pasty Day! Just for the record and to make it official.
I never had one.
When it comes to your English muffin preference, Everyone has one. No one really thinks about it. Even when you're eating an English muffin, you don't necessarily take the time to think about it unless you're me. This is my life. Are you a flat bottom guy or a fluffy top guy?
I'm hungry now.
He's just hungry.
No, I'm definitely a flat bottom guy.
Flat bottom?
Really?
Better of the two.
I think you got to be flat bottom. It's so much better. Fluffy top's a waste.
Why is it a waste? When you're biting, it's all nice and moist. And
some genius out there is going to come out with nothing but a flat bottom, both side English muffin and make a fortune. Because no one likes the fluffy top but you.
All right.
A little too doughy.
Yeah, a little too gooey, a little too chewy. Give me a crunchy flat bottom every time. Every time. Every time.
Got another girl, Bad Kitty's a fluffy top.
Bad Kitty?
Yeah.
I'll take Bad Kitty and your fluffy top and a little flat bottom sandwich, Terry. Well, maybe it's a guy-girl thing.
Maybe
it's a gender thing.
Could
I
be.
don't know. Any guys out there like the fluffy top?
So far, not in the room.
Any girls out there like a flat bottom?
Oh.
It's the only instance where Vinnie the Pooh's going to like a flat bottom. I'll tell you that right now.
Yes, sir.
It's as far as it goes. Flat bottoms go no further than with English muffins in his world. Everywhere else, he likes a huge bottom.
The biggest.
The bigger, the better.
Please.
Okay, well, I'm glad we could get that straight.
All right. Good to know.
See, I know you better today than I knew you yesterday, Terry.
Yeah.
And I thought I knew everything I needed to know yesterday.
I know. You did. You announced that.
I wonder if it's a gender thing.
Maybe it is.
Guys just like a nice crunch.
Yeah, I like to bite into it extra hard.
They like the fluffy top, all chewy and doughy,
I just
Terry.
do. I
Much.
like that.
It's too doughy.
No matter how much you toast it, the fluffy top never gets unchewy and undoughy.
Yeah.
I always take some off sometimes.
Do you try to perfectly toast your English muffins?
Perfectly toasted.
Oh, I love perfectly toasted English muffins.
I don't usually eat my English muffins unless there's sausage and egg and cheese on it. I don't just make an English muffin.
Really?
At my house,
Oh,
yeah.
my gosh.
Rarely. That's pretty rare. Usually a breakfast sandwich.
Yeah, now we're really getting deep with the food conversations here.
Yeah, you do have a fluffy top for a guy named Elusive J.
Elusive J?
Yes.
He's not really a guy now, is he?
He's got bigger boobs than you, Terry.
I know he does.
Mm-hmm. Al State
Oh, geez.
Wants to make
Definitely
things-
fluffy top.
wants to make things difficult.
yeah, fluffy top all the way.
Al State wants to make things difficult by saying in his world, it's a tie.
Oh, geez.
It can't be a tie.
Nope.
It's got to be a tie so they complement each other.
They may compliment each other, but you got to like one more than the other. I'm not saying you throw one of the... It's like you make an English muffin, you throw the fluffy top away if you're a flat bottom guy. You don't do that. Obviously, you eat both sides, and you enjoy it to some extent. But you enjoy one more than the other. You're either a flat bottom person or a fluffy top person. Now take your pick.
Well, T-Man, I like to put them together like a sandwich and eat them.
That doesn't work for me.
If I have a preference, though, it'd be the fluffy top because it holds the butter and the jelly.
Yep.
I've done the put it together and eat it like a sandwich, but that ruins how much I enjoy the flat bottom. See what I'm saying?
Cancels out the flat bottom.
It cancels out my enjoyment of the flat bottom when I put the fluffy top on top and eat it together.
No doubt.
Then you put some eggs, and you put some
All right, I don't need recipes now from Al State. I'll buy your
I
cookbook.
know.
I need to enjoy my flat bottom alone and then get through my fluffy top.
Okay.
Like I actually eat the fluffy top first, get that out of the way.
Oh, then dessert is the bottom.
And then,
Yeah.
bring on the gusto.
Oh.
Well, I usually eat the fluffy bottom.
Fluffy
Last.
bottom.
Oh, jeez, I think I'm confused.
You know what I'm saying?
That was last night.
Yeah, speaking of fluffy bottoms, any new news to report about the coworker that hit on you? Any instant messages, any emails, any text messages, no contact
There's
whatsoever?
No news. No. That clown.
Are you entertaining, perhaps talking with some kind of legal counsel to see if there's anything as far as a future case that you may be interested in pursuing based on you being terminated, coincidentally, inside of the same month where you got hit on by the boss's son?
No, T-Man, I'm just going to let that go.
You're not the kind of guy who wastes his time trying to get what may be considered your right to get what's yours, and be a person who ties up the courtrooms of America, kind of.
Yeah, well, T-Man, I felt he violated a lot of my rights.
Well, if that's the case, why aren't you talking to someone who can verify whether that's the case or not?
Because I had no witnesses.
Because I kind of liked it. You have no witnesses. You're your witness.
But it would have been my word against his word.
Well, what's to say your word isn't worth as much or more than his? I'm a jury guy. I'm taking your word seriously.
Well, see, man, there's a lot to the story that I didn't tell you.
Of course there is.
Like the email picture of your penis that you sent the guy before he hit on you? Or what?
Wow.
No, nothing like that,
Oh.
man. You know, he used a couple of inappropriate words that started with an N.
Oh, no. So now not only did he hit on you, but while he was hitting on you,
Racial slur.
he was calling you the N-word?
Well, you know, he thought it was funny.
I don't know. That doesn't turn me on, Terry. I don't know about you.
But I didn't think it was funny.
So
He called me out. You know, he called me Al Negro.
Uh-huh.
You know, I didn't think that was too funny at the time.
But he thought it was just a laugh fest that you would appreciate. And was he looking like you think it would be funny, or he was trying to insult you, or what?
Well, see, man, he thought it was funny.
Why are we hearing this? Why are we hearing this today? Why didn't we hear this yesterday? Why are you piling on here now, Al?
You know, because I let it fester. There's a lot of things that went on at that job that I didn't like, but I had to smile and take it.
But you're not going
I
to
need to
sue.
work.
Whoa.
All right. How was your daughter's first day of high school yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, she said it was cool, you know, but it was all about fashion.
It was all about fashion. Did she?
It was all about fashion with her.
Did she make the grade in the first day high school fashion show yesterday? Did she feel like all the effort she put in, the 5 days of advance, getting the hair just right, picking out the perfect outfit, was that all worth its while? Did she feel good about her performance in the first day of high school fashion show? Yes or no?
Well, her daddy is, you know, her daddy is the state. I'm always fashionably fitted.
Her daddy is the state. I'm sure that goes far in 9th grade, yes. My daddy's the state. I may look bad, but hey, you got to give me some slack here. My daddy is the state.
I'm sure he yelled that down the hall when he dropped her off yesterday.
Yeah.
Don't forget, your daddy's the state.
Did you drive her to school?
Unemployed, but the state.
Are you a dad who regularly drives their child to school or no?
I got to.
Uh-huh.
You know, that's mandatory nowadays.
You can't put her on the bus because she'll just be ravaged by those horny, hormone, out of whack, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th, 12th grade boys.
Hope some 12th grade boys on the bus.
You want to talk to her?
Do I want to talk to your daughter?
Ooh.
No, I'm as horny as a 9th grade boy. You don't want me to talk to her.
Find out what it's all about.
You want to ask her?
Freshman.
Hold on a minute.
I don't really do. I really don't.
Really?
I don't want to.
You want to ask her? He doesn't get it.
Oh, jeez.
No, it's her. I'll put her on the phone and you can talk to her.
Oh, boy. So I guess your daddy's like the state or something?
Hello?
Yeah, hi. How are you?
She sounds so cute.
Who's this? Hello? She hung up on us.
Nobody anymore.
She's like, Dad, let me cut your losses here.
Yeah. If your dad said he was the state, wouldn't you hang up on people too?
I want to know what her second day outfit was going to be, Terry. Maybe the state can get back through.
Yeah, maybe so.
In the meantime, let's find out what people are out there. Tony! You're on the air.
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, I like the fluffy top, but I also like
Really?
to interact with Terry's fluffy top.
Now, do you like the fluffy top because you're trying to interact with Terry's fluffy top, or you actually do, in fact, like the fluffy top?
I actually do like the fluffy top.
Uh-huh. Well, we may have a perfect match for you because on the line nearby is a woman who likes the flat bottom. Woo! What if we would actually get them together because of their English muffin preferences? This should be an eHarmony question. They're missing the boat. Yvette.
Making with food.
Yvette, are you a single woman?
Yes.
Tony, are you a single man?
No, I'm not.
I really actually had a good feeling about this. Maybe I still do. Tony, that would never stop you, though, would it? If Yvette just sounded really pretty high with her flat bottom that only goes as far as English muffin preferences.
Hey, I love the fluffy top.
Mm-hmm. Yvette, you're a flat bottom woman, is that right?
Yes, I am.
Tell us why. Sounds sexy, Terry.
Crunchy. The top never gets, like,
Never gets it
crunchy.
done.
I have to toast it 2-3 times sometimes.
2 or 3 times.
Oh, you can toast the fluffy top.
Forever. It never.
300 million times. It ain't getting right, Terry. It ain't getting right for my world. Flat bottom, 1.5 toast. You're perfect.
Okay.
1.5 toast.
Well, I don't like to put it on the darkest mode that I have to really worry.
Right, but
that
don't
it's
you
gonna
have a
be
little
singed.
where there's a nice happy medium?
So like
I
7
put it
or-
on happy medium, and it's never enough with the one toasting. Got to stick it down for a third to a half of toasting second time around. So 1.5 toasts, and you got the perfect flat bottom.
All right.
Toast away on the fluffy top. You ain't getting it right. You ain't getting it right. Yvette knows that. Tony's out of his mind.
Back in the day with no bagel toaster, it sticks in there sometimes.
Oh.
That's a nightmare.
You know what I think? I think all you fluffy top people are psychos.
No, we're fine.
How can you dare choose the fluffy top over
You
the
can
much more enjoyable flat bottom?
You can get a nice little crisp, fluffy top, a little crispness to it.
Terry, the butter never
You
sits
can.
right. It falls off the
That's not
sides.
It's like a
true.
little hill.
It
Rolls down the hill. It's bad.
still has the little
Reminds you of
nooks
a
and
pregnant
crannies.
woman. No, it doesn't have the nooks and crannies. They
It's got a
protrude.
few. Just enough.
Have you ever seen one?
Yes.
Are you insane?
No, I'm not.
Anyway, Yvette understands. Tony doesn't get it, but Tony's just trying to get in Terry's pace. Yvette,
Yeah.
you're a single woman?
Yes, I am.
How old are you?
28.
What was your most serious relationship in your life so far? Have you ever been engaged? You ever been married?
No.
Ever been engaged?
No.
Ever been proposed to?
No.
Ever live with anyone?
Yeah.
All right, take it easy. Lucky I'm cutting you some slack, you flat bottom girl. Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Flat bottom girl. Freudian slip.
No, it wasn't. I guess that is a Freudian slip.
When was the most recent time that you lived with a guy or a girl?
No, I never lived with them.
I just asked you if you ever lived with someone.
and she
Well,
said
she
no.
probably thought you meant roommates. And that, I mean, she's like,
Oh, no, I mean in a romantic kind of
No.
sexual free-for-all, but saving money on rent kind of way. So you've never lived with a guy.
No.
All right, see what we got here. We got a 28-year-old woman, never been engaged, never been married, never lived with anyone, never proposed to, Terry.
No.
What the hell is wrong with my flat bottom?
I know.
She's asking herself the same question. That's not a good sign. What the hell's wrong with me? What was the longest relationship you've ever had in your life?
3 years.
3 years. And how long ago was that?
A year ago.
A year ago, but you never lived with them.
No.
Hard pressed to find two people that are together 3 years from age 24 to 27 that don't have at least a little go round of living together.
Right.
What was the
I
most?
talked to you about it before, that's why.
Oh, really? I don't remember. What was the most consecutive nights you ever spent together with a 3-year boyfriend? Maybe it was on a vacation you took together. Maybe it was just him staying at your place for a number of
Oh,
consecutive days.
Yeah, like a week or two.
A week or two. And what was the most amount of times you've ever had sex in one day? Maybe with this guy or
God.
any guy in your life. What was the most sex you've ever had in one day?
I don't know.
You don't know?
As much as I can get in, I guess.
All right. That's good policy. Over under on the most amount of times you've ever had sex in one day. Let's put it at 4.5. Is it more or less than 4.5 times?
More.
More.
wow, I was ready to put a lot of money on the under. Glad you told me.
A lot of bunny on the under.
Yeah.
You guys are crazy.
More than 7? Right around there?
I'd say about, yeah.
Right around 7 times.
Right.
That's your record.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a record-breaking weekend this Labor Day. 7 times, Terry. Is that child's play to you? Or,
Wow, is that child's play?
or is that something you admire that you have to say that
No, that's great.
you're either tied with her or beneath her as far as your most amount of times in one day?
Terry's given birth 7 times in one day.
Come
I'm
on,
impressed.
come on, you fluffy top girl. Tell me what I need to know. We're finding out interesting information about each other this morning.
We are.
Most amount of times you've ever had sex in one day.
One day.
In the history of your extensive existence.
Definitely not 7.
Less than 7?
Less than 7.
In a 24-hour period?
In a 24-hour period. Well, no, I got you. No, seriously, probably at the most.
Yeah. What?
4?
4?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought something was wrong with the vet.
How about you?
Are you sure you're not lying about who was the guy?
Yeah, who does?
Was it the boyfriend?
Yeah.
It was the last boyfriend. There was a day with your ex-boyfriend who you were together with for 3 years. There was a particular day where you and him had sex 7 times.
Yes.
That means 7 different, climaxes for him, not you. 7.
Oh, yeah, for me. Yeah, for him and I. But
All right, well, you can have more than one in one session is what I'm saying, but he can't. So 7 different climaxes for him in one day.
Yes.
I don't know.
But even if he didn't have one, it would still count, right? You can still have relations, but not have that.
But then you get shades of gray going on, because what if you stick it in and then you're like, oh, something's cool on TV, let's get back to this in about 20 minutes. Does that count as one?
What if it goes for 10 minutes and you don't finish?
If it goes for 10 minutes and you don't finish, that would be one.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that could have happened.
Mm-hmm. But she's saying he had 7 different climaxes.
That's impressive. In 24 hours?
And you let this guy go? He's out there on the streets?
Well, he's,
What happened? Why'd you have...
He has issues.
Oh, he has issues.
Yeah.
Most guys who have 7 climaxes in one day probably do.
Well, what about you, T? Did we get your number?
Most amount of times I've had in 1 day.
Not by yourself.
It ain't 7. I have to be honest.
Yeah, well, yeah.
7's crazy.
Yeah, 7 is
nuts.
crazy.
7's like...
That's why I'm like...
7's like, get away from me. I don't need this.
That's exactly how I got.
If it was 7 different women, I probably could. But I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
with
that's
the
a
same
good point.
woman.
That's good. But not the same woman.
No way. Absolutely not.
Same woman, I don't need more than 3.
No.
On any given day. All right?
That'd be pretty cool to have 7 different women come
That'd be really cool.
parading in. Okay, your turn.
Oh, no, especially if they just, like, come in one after the other. Yeah. Or just lined up like that.
Could easily do it.
Totally. Now, I don't know where I'm going to find that, but that's all right. Anyway.
First 7 callers.
Yeah, we'll take the first 7 callers. Or emails. Are you sure you're not lying about that number 7?
I swear. No, because he would, wait, he'd be half asleep and start. You know what I mean?
Half asleep and start. Then he went back to sleep. Come out of his sleep and start again.
Well, then...
Requires a lot of rest to get through a 7-session day. But soon after then, you realized, what a loser.
Yep.
Why?
Because he cheated.
Oh, he cheated on you.
Yes, he did.
With someone you know, or just some straggling woman out there?
Some chick at work.
Some chick at his work? Or your work?
His work.
His work? Was he like an office guy or what?
No, he's a car salesman.
Car salesman. So some girl who came looking for a car?
No, she was the receptionist there.
Oh, they always are.
Yeah.
Those little car dealership receptionists. They are sitting ducks, Terry. Sitting freaking quacks. Sitting birds.
Usually pretty hot, too.
They are! And they are sitting ducks. He was a car salesman, and you didn't, go scout out what kind of talent was in that showroom? And I ain't talking about the V8s. Should have had one. Obviously, he did. Anyway, all right, so it didn't work out between you and him. But I'm happy you're out there, Yvette, and I'm glad you're a flat-bottom woman. He doesn't know what he missed out on. Any woman who's a flat-bottom woman is all right in my book.
All right.
I hope people aren't just tuning in right now and not realizing what I'm saying. Talking about English muffins, people. Anyway, all right, Yvette, thank you for calling.
All right.
What kind of cars did he sell? I'm just curious.
Volkswagens.
Volkswagens. All right. Thanks for sharing. I'm sorry that happened to you. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, she's single and she's a 7-session woman.
She is. Wow.
The phone line should be flying. Call should be racing in right now.
7.
I don't think any guys want that.
Really?
7 times? Who needs it?
Yeah, guys probably picking up the phone and hanging it right back up. Yeah, I don't need that.
Sounded good for a second, but I'm going to pass. How could you get turned on by the same woman 7 times in 24 hours?
Got me. You got me. It's 6 wasn't enough. Let's do it again, baby.
Yeah.
I'll take a freaking pass. The T-Man Show.
Was it a Hawaiian friender bender for Courtney Cox? Yes. Reports from the Big Island are true. While Courtney's been vacationing, yachting on a celebrity love boat full of famous friends like Leo DiCaprio, Sacha Baron Cohen, and Tobey Maguire, she also got into a car accident.
Yeah.
Her BMW collided with a truck. Nobody was hurt. Move along, people.
Drivers. It sounds like that's a pretty fun little boat there, Terry.
Yeah, it does.
That is a serious celebrity cruise going on with Leonardo DiCaprio and Borat, and who else they say is on this boat, and Spider-Man.
That's right. Lots of characters.
My gosh. Closed to the public or what?
I'm sure it is.
Could you be just like some lucky cruise patron that jumps on the boat playing shuffleboard and you see Leonardo DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire and Borat go walking by?
I'm going to guess no on that.
Pretty much shut off to the mainstream population.
I don't think Sasha needs people running up doing their Borat impersonation 35 times a day.
Very nice.
Oh, yeah. That's what he needs in his life.
See your point.
Yeah. Definitely closed off.
And Courtney Cox,
Yes.
the female, coincidentally, Terry, is the one who got into a car accident on her way to the vessel.
Yep.
Not that we're making any kind of statement about female drivers. We see it as nothing more than a coincidence, just like everyone else. Okay?
Sure.
All right.
Got it.
She's a little neurotic, though. And those female reflexes working against her.
I always wanted her to marry our friend Dan Zucker so she could be Courtney Cox Zucker. Don't you think that'd be awesome?
Cocksucker?
Yes. I mean, if it was hyphenated.
He spells it with a Z, Terry. It's a family show, don't you know?
I know.
Okay.
Courtney Cocksucker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a great name. If it was hyphenated, you know.
Cocksucker, party of four. See that loud in restaurants, yes.
Just a side note.
Oh, my God. I can't believe it.
Okay. Very
You actually
nice.
thought about it.
Very nice.
Exactly. There you go. See, you've done it twice in 2 minutes. Imagine being on a boat with him.
She spells it with an X, Terry.
Yeah,
I don't know
she
what
does.
the hell's going on through your mind.
I'm just
What
saying.
else is happening this morning, please?
R. Kelly is back in the news. Apparently, he has been accused of trying to swindle some South African investors.
Looking for the cocksucker party? Cocksuckers?
Kind of indirectly, so to speak, I guess.
What's this now?
R. Kelly
Yeah.
being accused of trying to swindle some South African investors. Apparently, this woman...
Really? You got to pile on this guy even more than you have, Terry?
Well,
you were against him in the trial.
I'm just telling you the news.
You were against him in the trial that I told you he would walk away from.
Right.
Remind me what happened. Did he walk or not? I can't remember.
Acquitted, yes.
He walked, did he not?
He did.
Thank you.
Doesn't mean that he's...
And now
no.
you're saying he went from screwing 13-year-olds to screwing the motherland?
Supposedly.
He's screwing South African investors?
Well, he's accused of that, and of course he's denying it. However,
Yes.
the woman who kind of got the investors involved
Right.
and scammed them out of a mere $130,000.
Yeah. He doesn't need 130 grand
well,
that bad that he's going to screw some South African people. Well, how was the
Well,
what was the con?
She claimed that she was raising money for an R. Kelly concert. So she got these
Kelly ain't
investors.
touring.
Anyway, she got these.
You hand over $130,000 for an R. Kelly concert. You get what's coming to you. What, she thinks she was going to be one of the promoters?
Well, supposedly, however that works. But anyway.
John Schur, not in business anymore?
Anyway, she put the money into his bank account.
That's pretty silly.
So.
Well, fools and their money deserve to be parted, huh? Yeah.
And of course, like I said, he's saying there's absolutely no truth in this.
Next, she'll let him pee on her because he tells her it's raining, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, must be raining then.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, they found the deposit slip, and it is attached to R. Kelly's account, even though he's denying it.
R. Kelly may be in some more legal trouble?
Yes,
Please.
they're investigating them.
Can't get R. Kelly. Can you stop trying, please?
What can I say?
You couldn't get R. Kelly when you have him on video.
I know.
Golden showering a 14-year-old girl. You ain't getting him over this one. Stop going after R. Kelly. The man is Teflon.
Seems to be.
Okay?
Got it.
Man, they're trying so hard to make him spend some time behind bars. Ain't happening.
Can't get
Move on.
Can't get Michael Jackson. Can't get R. Kelly.
He's the impossible dream, lawyers out there. You ain't getting him.
So,
Okay.
there you go.
All right.
Also.
I'm really worried for R. Kelly.
Yeah, I can tell.
Plenty of other things to worry about. R. Kelly's last in line. He's doing fine on his own.
I know.
All right?
Yep.
Had the man on video.
I know.
He walked like I told you he would.
He did.
What else?
Michael Bay, who is the director for Transformers 2, has decided to incorporate Shia LaBeouf's little injury that he suffered in his DUI accident.
Well, he's got no
last
choice.
month.
He's got a gangly hand. Have you seen like that thing on TMZ?
It was bad.
It's like Creature from the Black Lagoon or something looking hand.
Yeah.
Have you watched? They show close-ups of his hand.
I know, I've seen it.
It's nasty.
It is. So he is, of
Did
course...
we ever find out whether he was driving the car, or the girl was driving the car, or who was driving the car, or what was driving the car?
I believe he was the driver. She was... But I'm not positive. I'll get some information.
Well, his hand looks beyond deformed.
Yeah.
They have no choice but to... Unless they want to... you can't really shoot around a hand the whole 2 hours. And he's pretty much... He's more or less in like every scene of Transformers.
I would say yes.
So you got to work it into the script.
Yep.
There you go.
So there you go on that one.
So how are they going to work it into the script?
They don't give me all the exact details. I just know they're working it in. Or Michael Bay is.
Michael Bay was the director of the first one too, right? Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
So he's back for more fun.
Right.
No problems here. We'll just rewrite the script.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
But how? I mean,
I'm sure you could easily do it.
We all saw the way the first one ended. His hand was fine.
I know.
What the hell is he going to do to make us believe convincingly that something happened to his hand, or that we're supposed to just accept that his hand got terribly deformed like that?
I know.
Well, if you go to Transformers 2 and you're confused by the plot, then you get what's coming to you.
Okay. Kind of like I'm a South African investor?
That's right, exactly.
I see. It's a good point.
Transformers 2.
Yeah, if you're having a problem with the storyline because it's just not believable to you, and you're sitting there in the theater that is showing Transformers, you really don't have much of a case.
None.
Okay.
His hand wasn't bloody in the first one. I'm out of here. This movie sucks.
The first one was so believable. This one is just a farce.
That's right.
You're really not saying that when you're going to see Transformers.
When is that 18-wheeler going to turn into a robot? That I believe.
This used to be so realistic. Now I can't buy any of this.
What a hoax. I'm out of here. This is fake. Gosh.
Okay, so that's a good point. No matter what they write into the script,
doesn't matter.
I think we're ready to accept it.
Right.
All right.
Just go along with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the best movie Vinnie ever saw, though. I love
It was a great movie. Are you kidding me?
Was not the best movie of all time. Please tell me you don't think so.
No, it was not the best movie of all time.
Is it in your top 10?
I mean, if it was, it'd be like 9 or 10. But.
So, yes, it is.
It was barely watchable. It was
serious?
I liked it.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't think it's barely watchable, but I think that, for what it was...
I understand a lot of people liked it. I get that.
Yeah.
You didn't do, like, Transformers growing up, though.
But I did Transformers growing up.
Are you
I had
sure?
the building that turned into a tarantula. Or something like that.
What?
But anyway, maybe not the... But anyway, as far as just narrowing down the movie scene to your blockbusters, just honing in on the blockbuster movies of the past 2 years. Don't tell me it was better than Iron Man. Don't tell me it was better than Dark Knight. It's like third fiddle to just those two huge blockbusters. Transformers was, I swear to you, I was dying for it to end.
Oh, wow. Even with the hot chick, what's her name?
Even with Megan Fox.
Oh, okay.
I had enough of Megan Fox by about a third of the way through the movie.
Really?
I was ready to go home and hit the beat rag. Maybe that was part of it.
It wasn't that bad, was it?
All I know is I just picture them, Shia LaBeouf, like on the top of some building in some major city at the end. I'm just like, just end this thing already. I have a life to live.
Oh, my God.
Roll the credits. Get me out of here.
I have anything better to do. I got to get out of here.
But I understand that I am not in the majority of opinions out there.
Right.
I wasn't blown away, and I was kind of bored at the end, and most people weren't. That's fine. It was like a 2.5-hour movie. I don't need that. I get it.
Okay.
Part 2 is going to be awesome.
I ain't going.
So much better.
Wait till GoBots, the movie, comes out. GoBots, that's going to be
GoBots.
awesome.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, Iron Man and Dark Knight flew by, couldn't get enough of it, never looked at my watch. I don't wear a watch. And never worried about how long it was going to be, never felt like it was dragging on, none of that. Okay?
Gotcha.
Opposite feeling in Transformers.
Okay.
End this thing already. Boring. And he loved it.
Loved it.
Boresville.
God.
I was bored. Enough already. Anyway.
All right.
Okay.
Where was the entertainment?
I think it was just the whole
serious?
action and
Yeah.
just the cool. I liked it, too. I was
Two robots fighting on the freeway.
kind of cool.
How did I miss that?
Where's the action? I don't know.
I'm not saying where was the action. I said where was the entertainment?
You don't get entertainment out of action?
No,
whole idea
not every
that-
time. I don't just every time I see action, I'm like, oh, I'm mesmerized. I'm so entertained.
I don't know.
The action has to be entertaining. You can't just give me action and all of a sudden I'm entertained. So any action entertains you.
Well, that's its purpose, isn't it? To entertain? The action?
That is its purpose. Sometimes it works. Sometimes
I don't know what action
Didn't work
does
this time.
entertain me.
All right, so any action, that's what you're saying. Any action entertains you. You see any action,
There's some action that entertains more than other action, but...
All right, and this action entertained me about as minimally as possible. Couldn't wait to get out of the theater.
So crazy.
The acting was so... I didn't know it was going to be like a corny movie. It was like a Nickelodeon movie or something. It was so bad.
Well, it's based on like something it was for children.
I'm glad you agree. At least I have someone here to make me feel like I'm not insane.
I paid $4.99, and I'm kind of a cheap bastard, and I turned it off halfway. All right.
Wow.
So you didn't even sit through the end of it. You weren't at the theater.
I was by myself. Wife was gone. It was perfect because she has no interest.
And
I'm
you were
home. I rented it HD, ready to roll. Yeah, couldn't make it through.
You had it on HD, big screen.
Yep.
You had all sound ready to
surround
go.
plasma.
Surround sound. You had a movie experience going on there.
Couldn't wait.
You're dying to just sink into it and love it,
Yep.
and you just couldn't feel it.
Halfway, I turned it off.
Wow. I wish I could have turned it off halfway at the theater.
Go up and pull the projector
Crazy.
out of the wall.
If I could have, I would have. Swear.
Sorry, everyone. It sucked, and you should be shocked.
And
for
maybe
being
you'll
here.
get your money back, maybe you won't, but I just had to end this thing.
I was disappointed. I really wanted to like it.
I did too. I heard rave reviews. I heard Eddie Francis went back twice.
Oh, loved it.
I mean, I know people that I trust their opinions that love this movie.
I trust Eddie, and I remember him. raving
Yeah,
about
I
it.
like Eddie. Eddie knows what's going on. He went back twice and saw it. He couldn't have been more wrong.
It's a good movie.
Sucked.
Yep.
Terrible,
Horrible.
laughable.
But people out there like Vinny's not alone. Best movie ever.
Right.
Horrible.
Did pretty well in the box office, right?
Show me where the outlet is so I can unplug the projector. I'm doing it.
It'd be great.
The God.
But as you now have heard, action movies like Iron Man and Dark Knight, I'll go see again. Twice. I'll be your Eddie Francis there.
I've seen all those movies twice.
All right. You saw Transformers twice? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's sad.
Really?
In the
Man.
theater.
I'd rather beat my balls with a hammer than sit through that again.
Wow.
What else is going on, Terry?
Michael Lohan is speaking out about Lindsay, and he thinks that she is drinking again and blames it all on Sam.
Well, if she is drinking again, it probably is as a result of Sam.
Yes.
Why does he think it's Sam? What is Sam
Well-
doing? She's getting her to go out and party too much, and
Well, this is his quote. He says, Samantha drinks and passes the drinks under the table to Lindsay, and behind the scenes,
that's not
it
all
gets worse
Samantha's.
and worse.
that's not all Samantha's passing under the table to Lindsay, Terry.
He's also accusing Sam of using his daughter. He says, my daughter isn't working because she's always with Sam. Even my ex-wife knows about it.
Lilo,
she
under
just
the
isn't
table.
doing anything about it. So,
A drink and some VJ.
and of course,
Actually,
Lindsay's...
my prosthetic penis.
Oh, wow. Of course, Lindsay's
You mean like
people...
Hillary Swank style, that kind?
Hillary's style.
Yes.
Gosh.
Boys don't cry.
Lucky for you, I'm not one. Here I go.
She's passing many an item under the table to Lindsay Lohan, Terry, the
Well,
Samantha Ronson.
Yeah. When you're a club DJ, you know, you drink a lot, right, Vinny? You drink and all that stuff. You're in that scene.
Vinny
Because
is-
he's talked about that.
Vinny has made it clear he can't do the job without
Right.
having a good little
I
thing
don't know if I
going.
can't do the job, but
But I mean, it's all kind of part of it, is it,
it
not?
definitely is a part of it.
So it makes sense.
Were you totally faded when you saw Transformers or something?
No, God.
Jeez.
It's a good movie.
Horrible.
Like, there's plenty of movies you've
Like,
seen
what
that
was
we
the- what
kind of
was-
look at you like, really?
was
You
the
got
junk that
into
you've
that?
seen this last
Say
weekend
my
that you
word-
said was
Not saying
entertaining?
my word is the gospel. Don't get me wrong. I'm just giving you my opinion. Why get no bent? Why get no bent out of shape? Leave me
Because
alone.
not with a movie like Transformers.
Stop getting angry. I say it's horrible. What do you care what I say? I say it was boring as hell. I say
I'll go
I
see
was
it again.
dying for it to end, and that's my opinion. Leave me alone. Fine. There are tons of movies that I like that you didn't. Good. I don't sit here going, how you...
Well, kind of, but
Maybe a little bit.
yeah.
I just think you're crazy. But that's all right.
I couldn't finish it, and this is a guy who has watched every episode of The Hills, okay? I couldn't finish Transformers.
you
You're
guys-
looking at a guy that watched Denise
I
Richards'
know.
show every episode.
Well, we
seen
obviously
every
got
episode
two
of
different
Denise
tastes.
Yeah, and the Kardashians. I watched a lot of crap.
Yeah, I watch a lot of crap, but I would watch tons of more crap if I wasn't spending meaningless time on the internet 7 hours a day. So, yes, I waste plenty of time. I have plenty of time to waste, and yet I couldn't get out of the theater quick enough. 3/4 of the way through Transformers, the last quarter just was an eternity for me. Eternity. Just time stood still.
I wouldn't know what the last quarter was like.
He didn't even know what he missed. I wish you watched the second half so you know what I'm talking about. It only got worse.
Eddie Francis is supposed to be $4.99 for the money I paid for that
So you guys-
mindless blather.
Halfway through the movie of Transformers, I was still feeling decent about it.
Yeah,
And it's somewhere at the 2/3 point of the movie, I'm just like, enough.
Yeah.
I'm dying now.
See, that's the problem. You guys watch so much crap. You think crap is like good, and then when you see something good, you think it's
was
crap.
No.
this is so good.
All right, don't make it like I can't identify crap.
Right.
Now,
No-
maybe we have differing opinions on what crap truly is.
Like, what's-
Mine's right and yours is wrong.
Okay, whatever.
This was crap. Now, will I be interested in seeing how Megan Fox looks next time around? Absolutely. Megan Fox is probably the only thing that got me through the first half of the movie, maybe, now that I think about it.
But isn't she in? Is she in the second one or no?
I don't think so.
I don't think she
She
is.
hasn't got a small part.
I thought she got pulled from it for some reason. I don't know for sure.
And I like Shia LaBeouf. I told you. I loved Disturbia.
Right.
Great movie all the way through.
Right.
With an ending that...
It was good. It was.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, well, love is a strong word, but I liked it.
You really enjoyed
That's entertainment. That's all I need. All I ask for in a movie. Entertain me.
I'm a guy that goes to Jackass 2 on opening night and loves it.
Don't
All
make
right?
me want to hang myself by the end of the movie.
Yeah, I know crap when I see it. That's one thing I know.
You guys are crazy.
I think you're crazy, and
Okay.
you're the last to know. But anyway, what were you telling us about now? Lindsay Lohan, her dad speaking
She's
out.
drinking.
Her dad loves to speak out. That's something we have to obviously be aware of here and take everything he says with a grain of salt. He loves to make headlines, Terry. He's been using his daughter to get himself thrusted in some area of a limelight situation for years now. And now he's coming out saying his daughter's drinking again. It's all Samantha Ronson's fault.
Yes.
Well, she can go out and drink a little bit. I've told you that. She doesn't
I'm not
have
even
to,
arguing.
She doesn't have to be a 21-year-old who never drinks.
Well, but she's been in rehab. And that's why he's
I'm not going through
concerned
this
about
again
it.
with you. She's got to be aware of who she tends to be, and that's someone who tends to drink too much. She's got to be on top of the situation, but she doesn't have to swear off drinking. That's ridiculous at age 21.
All right.
So how long it started?
By the way, according to IMDb, yes, Megan Fox is in Transformer 2.
Yeah, she's in Transformers 2. She just doesn't have the major part that she had in Transformers 1.
We got some new pictures of her, by the way, if you'd like. Mm-hmm. Her holding her boobs. Sure,
You sure those aren't my hands?
They might be. You can't see the back of her.
Mark, you're on the air. 1-866-663-T-Man is the number to call. Yes, Mark.
Yes, how's it going?
Pretty good. What's up?
Oh, man, I want to talk to the 7-session woman.
Well, the 7-session woman is long gone. She was in the last segment, and that's basically the equivalent of like an eternity ago now. For all intents and purposes, I wouldn't know where to find her, and I don't know what to tell you there, Mark.
You should have her call back and hook me up with my number.
Well, why don't you just leave it to fate? Maybe you two, if you are actually destined to be together, you'll bump into each other at maybe some fruit stand or at some, I don't know, function that you and her find equally as exciting to be at.
Come on,
As
T.
opposed to forcing the issue and begging her, like you're doing right now, to call back because she's you want to have sex with the same woman at any point in your life 7 times in one day?
It's not a problem for me, T.
Yeah, maybe it's not a problem for you. Even if it's not a problem for you, even if you are absolutely capable physically of having sex 7 times one day, why would you want to have sex with the same woman 7 times in one day?
Because it gets better every time.
Oh, is that right? As I said, if you're having sex with 7 different women in one day, absolutely, you stretch it out. 7. If you can go to 10, you go to 10. If you can physically make it to 15, 20, 30, 105, you do that, Terry. Different women, one hotter than the next. That's beautiful. But why would you want to have sex with the same woman unless she redoes her hair every time or puts on the
But
a
if
new
you,
VJ.
like, love her and you really get into her and she turns you on,
the prosthetic,
that works.
prosthetic VJ and the Megan Fox mask, maybe you go for the 7th time. All right, Mark is all in love with whatever her name was from the last segment, Terry. Do you remember her name?
I don't.
You don't. Well, that's very nice of you, Terry. How cold and callous. I don't remember her name either. But I didn't like Transformers, so I can get away with that.
Make that possible, T. I know you can.
I can. I absolutely can. I can make a call out right now, but it's just a question of whether I will. And that's highly doubtful.
All right, cool.
Oh. Taking it in stride, Terry. How about a bumper sticker? Okay, there you go. That's a fair trade. He doesn't get the girl to have sex with 7 times in a given day, but he gets a bumper sticker, Terry.
He's got a very liberal scale of prices, doesn't he?
I don't even know if radio stations hand out bumper stickers anymore.
I think
Of course they do.
Yeah, of course
Yes,
they do.
of course.
They never will stop.
Never. Come on.
Yeah, people think that you're going to get pulled over for having that bumper sticker on and be handed a big bag load of prizes. Is that true? Did that happen at one point? Is that why people still put them on?
In the late 80s, yeah.
Yeah.
They used to have the prize patrol.
Is
out
that
there.
right?
Honk.
Pull over.
Oh, they're honking.
Pull over. I'm going to shower you with gifts. So people still think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to take your chances, man. Put it on.
Now I got a group of people calling in saying, "Oh, Transformers, best movie ever." Shut up. Know what you're talking about, you crazy-ass people.
I'm not a guy that needs great acting in every movie, but it was so bad, the acting. I mean,
What did
I don't
you
even
really
care about the
expect,
acting in that
though?
movie. I don't
And the
need the acting to
story
be
was-
great in that movie. I just need the action to be
Story was kinda
entertaining
cool.
all the way through. I saw everything I needed to see by the end of the first hour. I don't need it to go 2 hours and 20 minutes.
But it's kind of like
Are you looking for something epic at a Transformers movie?
I know,
Come on, be
exactly.
real.
But the
Like,
thing
what do
is
you
kind of
need?
like
Keep me interested. Somehow, the story is so stupid. At the end, I'm just get in this thing. Dark Knight, complete different feeling.
Well, but that-
Iron
Were you,
Man.
were you a
Batman-
Transformers fan?
I don't know if I was a fan
See,
the
and
way
that's
you're
the thing
describing. I
is-
got to be a fan. I have to be playing.
Well, to get into the
nonstop.
storyline.
I hate
I
to be in the
think-
To
story.
get into a storyline?
I
But you
think
didn't know the
that
storyline when you were a kid. They made it up.
No, but I think
was no
really those who
storyline when
watched
you were
the
playing at age 8
cartoon a
with
lot and,
Transformers.
Terry, you
and
didn't
played
play with them.
it.
Why do you love it?
My son did.
Okay, well,
And so, you kind of fall into
I'm
that.
not talking about this anymore. I'm stupid. That's it. Anyway. As always,
Oh, jeez.
I'm right in your rock. Anyhow,
Of course.
are you
We
coming?
already-
Are you coming over today to watch Transformers?
trust me. If you have a brain in your head, you thought Transformers was stupid.
Yeah, I really wanted to like it too. I really did.
The simpletons of the world loved it.
The simpletons.
But that's all right. Anyway,
Hey, transform your
simpletons
transform
now.
your $10 into
I'm
portrait.
not calling you anything.
Simpletons now.
I just got to win my
Okay.
argument. Get me angry.
Why are you getting that's the
What-
thing?
what-
You're
what did you
wrong.
do?
You're
Just
getting
rip you a new
so
one.
angry about something for what it is. It's just what it
Because
is.
trust me, I'm right. Exactly what it is. What it was
And for-
garbage.
It was amazing.
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 The T-Man Show.
And that's Britney Spears shopping in Beverly Hills.
Oh.
Looking slim and fit,
good.
the pop princess stopped by a pottery barn
Yeah.
where she spent the afternoon picking up a bouquet of artificial flowers and sniffing candles.
All right. Thanks for the candle sniffing update there. That's what I need. Everything possible that you can relay to me that Britney Spears is doing. That's wonderful. Of course, last year at this time, it's a big upgrade, Terry, because it wasn't candles she was sniffing. It was glue and, cleaning solutions. So this is definitely progress for Britney Spears.
Definitely true.
Uh-huh.
They just had a
Definitely
cleaning solution sniffer on intervention.
We like her much better sniffing candles than sniffing glue and cleaning.
Yes.
So people
Yes.
were so addicted to sniffing cleaning solutions
Yeah.
that they had an intervention for
There's
someone.
one person addicted to it. Yeah.
You can get that addicted to sniffing cleaning
You
solutions?
can,
Yes,
and it
yes.
can really tweak you out.
Yep.
Pasty,
Really?
did you see that one? Yeah,
I
Pasty.
thought it was more like a cliche and like
You would think.
I thought it was just like a one-time high every now and then. I know
Nope.
people get addicted to that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Get me home to the pledge.
Yeah. It's like get me to the hardware store. Pick up a
Yep.
case.
Wow.
You know what I found recently is whiteout is really nice.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you-
No, he's telling the truth.
We don't need your tips.
Oh,
now.
sorry,
Yeah, I
sorry.
know,
Well, I
right.
just discovered correction fluid is it's a nice little smell.
When I was in college, I'll tell you a little ditty here, Terry.
Uh-oh.
When I was in college, one of my summer jobs for like less than a week, I think I worked there all 3 days, was cleaning test tubes or whatever they were at Avon. There was like an Avon lab
Right.
nearby my house, and I'm trying to make a couple of bucks, to get me some money, a little bit of money for school. So because all I remember in, what was it, 7, 8 years of college, yeah, whatever it was, all I remember in college is going to my bank account, and it always seemed like I had between $140 and $200, and I would always take out 20, and I would never get above 200. I would never let myself get below like $80. But that's
Right.
that's not a lot of money. It's not like
Right.
I'm crying poverty.
Right.
But that's college. That's about
Right.
what I think people. But so I was trying to make a couple of bucks. So I see this ad in the paper,
Uh-oh.
in the classifieds. $8 an hour at the time, which,
That-
going back
yeah.
10, 15, whatever years ago, it's, I don't know.
It's a lot.
Minimum wage is probably $4.
Yeah.
At the time, minimum
exactly.
wage was $4. I'm thinking $8 an hour. I could clean. I could do dishwashing and stuff. Yeah. Sign me up, Avon. Avon calling. Here I am. I'm your Avon lady. Bring it on.
Free makeup samples will be awesome.
But that's not why I'm telling you the story. I'm telling you the story because as I'm cleaning these stupid freaking glass tubes, which turned out to be the most sad and sorry job, one of the most sad and just lonely and depressing jobs. They just kept coming, and like, dude next to me cut his hand on glass, had to be rushed to the hospital, and
that sounds safe.
And all kinds of accidents happening because it's just all glass. Ugh. They were not plastic. It was just one glass, weird shape structure coming in that you have to wash after another. And
no gloves?
You get gloves, but it slices you through the gloves
like
and stuff. Yeah. But the story that I wanted to relay that reminded me of this Avon little job that I had was dude who got off on sniffing stuff who was working nearby me. But on this one day, he sniffed off a little more than he could chew because he undoes the top of this particular canister, and believe me, there was no shortage of chemicals to sniff at the Avon plant,
man.
Okay?
You don't know what you're sniffing, you're just taking a shot?
Yeah, exactly. So he's so addicted, looking for his little buzz, and he's looking for his big-time high of the morning, so he picks the wrong canister to be sniffing that morning, and he takes a big huff of some unknown substance, and before you know it, he's grabbing his throat, and he had to be like, he almost died. He's like laying there on the floor, convulsing.
Holy
convulsions. And I'm sitting there like, am I supposed to be doing CPR, hitting the fire alarm, or calling someone? It's like him and me, and I'm like, hello? He doesn't look good.
Turning blue, gagging.
It was so freaking scary.
Yeah.
He sniffed something. I didn't think sniffing something could cause that kind of reaction.
In his throat and his lungs.
He took in something that was not obviously good.
Does not sound like it.
No.
Right. I don't know what the hell it was. I don't know what it could have been.
I want to sniff random chemicals.
Haven't really thought. He did. He wanted to.
Scary.
And these were, yes, it was an interesting little smorgasbord of chemicals they had in there.
That's an endorsement for Avon, though. Things that could kill you in our lipstick.
But again, I didn't know you could huff anything that could make you just seize up like that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, huffing's dangerous.
Yeah, huffing is very dangerous.
And he came back to the job a few days later. But he must have come pretty close to dying.
Bit of a twitch and a limp, but he was fine.
Right.
Cool. Heart palpitation every now and then. But
they actually made me wipe up his drool every hour, Terry, but he was still working at the plant.
That is scary.
Very scary.
Just a little story I thought I'd share with you there. Be careful of what you're sniffing.
Yes.
But I don't know if the average population has the access to the chemicals that were in this particular factory-type situation.
Yeah.
I quit after like 4 days. I'm like, screw this. $8 an hour.
Forget it.
But I remember when I quit, I told the lady, I'm like, yeah, I'm quitting, but I did work 32 hours, so you'll be sending me a check. I want to make sure I got my money.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, good. You should.
I hated it. Hated it. Time stood still. It was like watching Transformers, Terry.
When I used to bag groceries, I remember, okay, if I work harder, time's going to fly. So I bust my ass. I look up, it's been 30 minutes. 7.5 hours more to go. God damn it. It sucks. I'm out of here.
I like Jumper better than Transformers, all right?
Oh, jeez,
Is that the name of that movie? Where they're
Jumper,
on top of the Sphinx and stuff?
Yeah.
Never saw it.
The Jumper.
Next thing you know, they're at the Everglades and Mount Everest.
Yep.
Wait, that kept me, Jumper?
Really?
Is that the name of that movie from like a year ago? That kept me, well, that's what I'm saying. That kept me more entertained than Transformers, yes. I like Jumper.
I would kill myself.
I wanted to be a jumper. At least it got me to into the mode of, wow, that'd be cool if I could just like jump from, if I'm not liking the way something's going, just jump the hell out of there and go someplace completely random.
Yep.
I can't believe what I'm hearing right now.
Freaking cool.
Oh, jeez.
Maybe one day in the future that'll actually be a reality. Who knows? Who would have thought we're at where we're at right now, technologically speaking?
True.
Okay. So at least that got my mind to expand.
There you go.
Yes.
Wow.
Jumper over Transformers any day.
And all of a sudden, your car in the middle of the highway.
I know how to
starts
entertain
freaking out.
Samuel L. Jackson in the mix. Come on, can't go wrong. Anyway, what else? So on Intervention, was it on A&E?
Yeah.
I haven't watched it in a while.
It's a wild.
Awesome show.
Really?
Yeah, it's good. It is.
It's the best comedy on TV. It's my favorite sitcom.
It's not listed as a comedy.
Oh, well.
Just so you know.
I probably shouldn't be listed as that, but it is funny.
And on the last one, they had someone who couldn't stop inhaling, like,
some kind of cleaning
solution.
Yeah, Pasty remembers. It was some kind of cleaning chemical or cleaning solution. Is that what it was?
It was like the pressurized air they use to clean computers.
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
That's what it is. You know what?
That is-
to like, clean your keyboard, you know what that is? Like
I've
it's in
never
a little
cleaned my
can.
keyboard.
Oh, okay. Well, you probably need to more than anybody.
But you're definitely right.
But little,
I don't even want to start scraping at the gist in there. But anyway.
the air canister probably not going to cut it.
Yeah.
It's a little pressurized air canister to push the dust out.
And dude's addicted.
It was a girl. Wasn't it a girl?
A girl was addicted?
She was
Crazy.
sniffing it like
And the family had to, like, meet up with her?
10 cans a day she
10 cans a
sniffs.
day.
Oh my God. That is crazy.
And
That's scary.
She walks into a room, and there's every family member she's ever known, and they're all confronting her about how it either needs to stop now or she's going to spiral to a point where she'll reach the point of no return, something like that, or what?
Heck, you got
They
it.
usually turn around and walk the other way.
And she ran the other way.
Yep, they usually do.
And what was the end result of the show?
They ended up getting her...
on the right track?
They got her
Happy
into
ending?
rehab, but not on track, no. It was a sad ending,
So
unfortunately.
she's as good as dead, or what?
Well, no. I mean, she was getting better, but she was still huffing when the show was over.
Oh, see.
Good, don't be a quitter. Anyway.
Sounds like Serenity by the Sea didn't work. It's always names like that at these rehab places.
Did that really screw you up? I've never really been in the huffing mode.
She looked like point of no return, like
She looked like
brain
zombie
damage.
status,
Well,
yeah.
just kind of tweaked. Really not right.
Tends to be kind of messes with your brain a little
Yeah.
I would say
Burning some
that's
brain
probably
cells.
bit. Yeah, just a tad.
What else is going on in this world of ours? What else is happening on a hump day
Well, speaking
last
of-
week of the summer of 2008? I hope it was a red hot summer for you. It wasn't for me. What else is going on?
Speaking of hump day, and we'll just combine it with the whole Democratic convention because Trojan is giving away free condoms there at the Democratic National Convention.
We need them. Bunch of horny, ugly people, Terry, that are very liberal and are hooking up left and right. Are you kidding? That's a freaking meat market on that floor. They all are for the same cause. They all, like, feel this camaraderie, and then they all, after they're done cheering and passing around stuff and drinking, they go back to the hotels and they screw like jackals. They all see Bill Clinton as their idol. And you know what he did with interns under his desk? He's their commander-in-chief still to this day, Terry.
Yes, yes.
And they're
yes.
hooking up left and right at this Democratic convention. And Trojans is doing what they feel is the right community thing to be doing, and they're handing out free of charge.
Right.
All the condoms they can eat.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, but Hillary in her orange pantsuit not doing a lot for people being horny, right?
I
she was
think
killing
you'd
the buzz a
I
bit.
think you'd be surprised of what Hillary did for them last night. They get all energized, and they need to work off that buzz after the confetti is dropped, and they go back to the hotels.
All right.
They are knocking on each other's doors in those hotels in Denver all through the night, and they are having wild-ass, ugly person sex. I mean, it is not great-looking people. It's not like some model, like, car show sex after, you know, you pre-funk and you get all horny at the car show watching all the models and you take the models back to the joint. This is not...
Different crowd.
This is not that kind of attractiveness.
Right.
I mean, some people there are good-looking, but on the whole, you're not talking about the best-looking crowd in the world, okay? But that doesn't mean they don't get horny.
Right.
They get horny as much as anyone.
Political nerds need love, too.
And they are not...
Give her the filibuster.
Well, but the other thing, too, it's, you know, not only safe sex, but it's also a campaign to start conversation on STDs. And
They
stuff like
act
that.
on it. They act on their horniness. They're hooking up like crazy. It's a freaking meat market at these conventions. People go there just to get laid. Yeah, I really love Hillary. Oh, yeah, well, what was she doing again? Who knows if they even know what's going on? Most people do there. Some people go just for the ass.
Right.
So, okay.
So I just want to let you know. Kind of interesting.
Trojans just wants to make sure there are no more little Democrats running around. Corporations feel like there's enough of those out there.
Stop the breeding, liberals.
Don't get confused. Just because we make condoms, we are a business, and businesses love Republicans.
That's probably true.
Oh.
So let's give them all the condoms they can stand, because we don't want any more little liberals running around. Okay, well, it sounds very enticing. I've never been to a convention, Terry, so I don't know firsthand, but trust me, I feel confident that I'm right, that there's a lot of sex going on.
I'm sure there is.
After the cheering and the raising of your placard and sign is done for the night, and you're over amounts of clapping is complete, you go back to the hotel and you ain't going to sleep alone. Okay?
Sounds good. Just be safe about it.
Okay. What else?
This is new research from the University of New South Wales found that people who are into bondage and S&M really aren't total freaks like we like to think they are. They actually might be more sexually healthy than the rest of us.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes. And they love Transformers.
Come on.
It's more freaky to like that than bondage.
No, I think we've long since been able to drop the overwhelming stigma that people that like to be tied up are just ridiculous freaks. It's becoming more mainstream by the minute.
Well, but they,
There's a lot of Democrats with a ball in their mouth right now, Terry.
Whoa.
The rubber.
Oh,
the
got
rubber
it.
one.
Got it. You're probably right the first time.
And the zipper mask, and
right.
Even though now's the time you'd think they'd be dead to the world, yes, even some still up after last night's festivities, Terry.
Right.
Ball in the mouth, zipper mask fully zipped.
Well, they're claiming that they're happier than the rest of us, and especially sexually speaking.
The people
because,
who engage in S&M type behaviors claim that they're happier people than the general population, who are a bunch of stiffs that don't let themselves go.
Right, and they know that they do, kind of weird things, or that sexually speaking, things that are not the norm.
Do you like
and
a
they're
stiff
okay
that lets
with
itself
it.
go, Terry?
Oh, jeez.
5 kids later, what do you think?
At least the one she knows about.
Wow.
Yeah, the ones I know about.
I wonder if that's true. I wonder if that's true. That's their claim, that the people that are actively engaging in sadomasochistic behavior sexually, they claim that the rest of the world isn't enjoying as fun a life, as enjoyable an existence as they are.
Especially sexually speaking. Yes.
I wonder if that is a true statement. I'd have to lean towards probably is. Now, I like sex in all varieties, Terry. I like it. I like lovemaking at times.
Yes.
More very passionate, very sensual, girly type lovemaking.
Right.
And I like it a lot in a particular evening, depending on my mood. Hardcore, throw it up against the wall, bring it around, that kind of stuff. But I am not, I wouldn't say, the kind of guy who likes to be strapped to the wheel, spun around, and have my ass whipped.
You have a wheel in your bedroom.
I don't have a wheel in my bedroom.
All right.
So I'm not, per se, a sadomasochistic type sexual person, Terry. So, I can't speak as one. But those who, put a rattle in their hand, a pacifier in their mouth, and like their women to call them infant and baby and spank their bare bottom.
Right.
I don't know if they're enjoying the world more than the general population.
Not really my cup of tea. I really don't get how that
Not
turns people
for
on.
me.
Getting whipped makes you want to slap somebody.
A lot of these high-powered CEO males like to, when the day is done, be spanked with a wire brush.
I sort of.
True.
Well, you should just lived in my house as a kid and spill something on the carpet.
Not by your mom necessarily,
okay. That's
but
different. All right.
by a woman who's into being a dominatrix.
I get it now.
All right.
Wire brush. Hot.
Tiny.
Yeah, so hot.
Tiny's he's a regular contributor to this program via the phone lines. She's a regular caller, and he is one who kind of treads into the world of sadomasochistic behavior. So he can speak from first-hand experience, from first red hand to pink-ass experience. Yes? Oh, jeez.
Whoa.
One time for your mama.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, boy.
Man, why you turning me on so early in the morning? I ain't even had my grits and eggs yet.
He really likes this kind of crap, doesn't he? Zipper mask, red ball in the mouth.
Why are we turning him on?
Feet in the mouth.
Got my handcuffs shaking, my whip jumping around. Come on now.
Tiny, the claim was made by those who are fully fledged in the sadomasochistic world that you all don't know what you're missing. You're not enjoying life as much as us. We have a much more happy and overall content life than you do. Do you think that there's something to that, or are these people as weird as everyone assumed they were from back in the day?
No, I don't want you to start calling me normal. That wouldn't be good.
Mm-hmm.
I like being
So you don't like the way this is skewing. You don't like that people slowly but surely are starting to let up on the feeling that those into those kind of sexual behaviors are weird and freaks.
That's right, because that's why I do it.
You want to be a weird and a freak. You want to be a weird person and a freak.
As long as it's against the grain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you actually like it. You're not doing it to make a statement. You really enjoy that kind of stuff, don't you?
It's not like once it becomes mainstream, you'll stop doing it. You enjoy it.
Yeah, boy, yeah.
All right, we'll get Tiny together.
Yeah, calm down, buddy.
Maybe we'll get some comments out of him in a few minutes.
The T-Man Show.
A Texas highway late at night. This vehicle is weaving in and out of traffic at speeds up to 100 miles per hour.
Right.
But what should have been a routine stop for speeding is grabbing national attention.
Have you heard about the story, Terry?
No.
This is not going to be the most uplifting story you've ever heard in your life. I'll just warn you ahead of time.
Okay.
Be prepared to have your heartstrings tugged at. For multiple reasons. This is going to be a tough one for you, especially now that I think about it.
Okay.
So sit back, take it all in.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Definitely heard that. Yeah, I've heard that before.
Stop it.
And let me start it over, but be prepared that this one may move you in multiple directions.
A Texas highway late at night. This vehicle is weaving in and out of traffic at speeds up to 100 miles per hour.
So far, it doesn't sound like any different than any of us on a ride home. Wee hours of the weekend morning.
But what should have been a routine stop for speeding is grabbing national attention. Driver Michael Gonzalez
You're a man there, Terry. When a man is that broken down, either he's a very sensitive, emotional type, or it's something extremely serious.
Right.
This probably more qualifies as the latter, Terry. Something extremely serious going on, at least as his interpretation sees it.
Grabbing national attention. Driver Michael Gonzalez steps out of his SUV in a state of panic. He explains his dog, a teacup poodle named Missy, is in the car choking to death on some food.
She's like my child, and I love her a lot, and she needed my help, and I was just trying to get her the help she needed.
Gonzalez's girlfriend, Crystal Hernandez, is in the passenger seat with Missy as the animal struggles to breathe.
Wow.
They were speeding to an animal clinic to save the suffering dog's life.
The hell they feed it, Terry?
I don't know.
This story happened a week and a half ago. I don't think dogs choke on their typical dog food, right? Or maybe a piece of a bone, or maybe they were feeding it something from the kitchen table that didn't belong down a teacup poodle's throat.
Right.
Yeah, I can't imagine a teacup poodle being a very big dog. Is that safe to say, or what?
They're called that for a reason. They fit in teacups.
Like the size of a teacup?
They're pretty small.
Oh, my.
Gonzalez's girlfriend, Crystal Hernandez, is in the passenger seat with Missy as the animal struggles to breathe. They were speeding to an animal clinic to save the suffering dog's life.
Right.
Listen to what the police officer said.
Oh, jeez.
It's a dog, okay? Don't say. You can get another one. Relax.
Roll that back and play it one more time. He did not say that.
I was like, I can't help but laugh. I mean, it's not funny. It's a bad situation, Terry. The cop was very insensitive, to say the least. But just hearing him say that, I can't help but I break out in a bit of laughter there, Terry.
That's terrible.
How bold the cop was in his statement.
That is, oh my God.
That is funny stuff. You can get another one. Shut your ass. See, the problem here is...
Not funny.
It's not funny, and yet I'm laughing hysterically. The problem here is... I'll tell you the problem in a second. You wanted to hear it again?
Yes. Because I can't believe he's actually saying that.
I never deny a request. You want to hear Usher after that?
No.
Okay, here we go.
Listen to what the police officer says.
It's a dog, okay? Don't say. You can get another one. Relax.
It took 20 crucial minutes before the officer finished writing a ticket.
Oh, that's even longer than usual. Cop in a squad car, feet up, finishing his donut and writing the ticket, Terry.
Oh, my gosh.
20 minutes, and he knows the dog is choking. Or does he? Because I was about to say, in defense of the police officer, they probably hear so many bogus stories when people try to get out of tickets that you never know what to believe. The boy that cries wolf story, you know what I mean?
Yes,
Everyone
I
is
do.
given so many bogus fake stories that cops hear them all.
Right.
And you never know which ones are true. Oh, she's in labor, officer. We're just headed to the hospital. And then you just, dart home.
But the thing is that, I mean...
Not even pregnant. She's just fat and don't try to
But
pull
did
that
he
over.
say that the dog was in there, right? You can look at the dog and see if the dog is actually going through what the man is saying.
And actually, it sounded like the officer tended to believe their story and just could care less.
Right.
So, in me trying to defend the officer, usually
That's
this
horrible.
is why I was telling you this is a tough spot for you, because you love animals,
I do.
but you also love cops.
I do.
And this is
I have
not
both.
good public relations.
No.
For the police officer, Terry.
Boy, does she love cops.
And they have it hard, and they hear it all the time. Every time someone gets pulled over, if they're not making sexual advances at the cops, Terry, they're making up some bogus story to try to tell why, they desperately needed to speed.
Right.
Now, maybe the officer did see clearly that the dog was choking. Not that it's easy to decipher whether a dog's choking or not. I don't know if I could tell if a teacup poodles
Well,
to me
I'm
are
sure
like
you can.
the worst kind of dog.
If its
on
mouth's
top of
open
that.
and its eyes are bulged out of its head, you could probably
Isn't that just a typical poodle look anyway?
Well, if it's laying there on the side.
They're like
it's-
high-strung, nervous, shaking dogs anyway. How do you tell if a poodle is choking?
If it's laying down, if its mouth's open, tongue hanging out, its eyes are bulged out of its head.
Sounds like a little Friday morning after the club action to me.
You can tell.
Yeah.
Club could have just taken down a few too many Hennessy's. All I'm saying is, the officer doesn't sound like he's being very, very sensitive here.
Not at all.
And he probably did recognize the dog was choking and just decided that he didn't care less. But you can't say with 100% certainty that he wasn't sure that this just wasn't another made-up story by someone trying to get out of a ticket, which people do all the time. They make up all kinds of crises that aren't true, that are just an attempt to deflect the officer's attention so he can look the other way and let them go to their emergency.
No, 911 shouldn't respond to anybody because people call in those fake ones all the time. So, you're probably lying.
I would absolutely think that people don't have nearly the motivation to lie to a 911 operator than they do to a police officer who's trying to give them a $250 ticket.
Well, then follow him to the vet, give him a ticket. Run the dog in, give him a ticket in the parking lot.
Maybe the officer is not able to follow the couple to the vet to verify whether the story's true or not. Maybe he's got other duties that he's responsible for than following people that may be making up a story to the vet. So I'm just saying, I'm not defending the officer. I guess I kind of am. I'm defending the officer because he hears it all the time, and he doesn't know what's true and what's not. And even though I'm leaning towards thinking the officer knew the dog was choking and just decided he wasn't moved by it at all, you don't know for sure.
Listen to what the police officer says.
It's a dog, okay? Don't say. You can get another one. Relax.
It took 20 crucial...
Probably an ugly dog, too, Terry.
But regardless,
No, they're
but
really
listen
cute.
to the
They're one of the
stress
few
that
poodles
the
that are
man,
cute,
the man, I mean, a man is so emotional about it.
Yes,
You
the
know,
man
I mean,
is-
come on,
But
really?
People can fake that crap, Terry.
Really? A man?
if you're about
a
to get a-
man's going to fake it.
This guy was going 100 miles an hour. That means $250 ticket. If you're at minimum, if you're going to get a $250 ticket, you get emotional and you pull out your best Oscar-winning performance. If
You cry about that? Really?
people do anything to get off a ticket, Terry, people do a lot more than this.
According to my husband,
I'm having a
most...
heart attack.
Well, but you're not... I mean, not-
Really? I'm dying. How can you give me a ticket? I'm dying, damn it.
That guy would have loved a ticket right about now, though.
Listen to what the police officer says.
It's a dog, okay? Don't say. You can get another one. Relax.
It took...
You almost hear the guy in the background, the Hernandez dude, who's the dog owner, saying, "Don't say that," as the officer's saying
Right.
what he's saying.
And that's what I'm saying.
Listen
He
carefully.
Said he's like totally freaked.
Yeah, you can hear Hernandez. "Don't say that."
It's a dog, okay? Don't say. You can get another one. Relax.
It took...
You can get another one.
That's terrible.
Well, if that cop's kid gets backed over in the driveway and killed, then
Yeah,
people
you
will
can have
probably
another
knock her
one.
off.
Yeah, knock her up again.
All right, again, I
No
hate when you guys think it's fair, but I don't. As much as you want to be an animal lover, don't compare a human being's life to a teacup poodle's life. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm not downplaying the life of a teacup poodle, but don't compare it to a human being
But
or
for
this man's
some
child.
people,
You can't put a value.
you can't put a value on anybody's...
value judgment on what people
Don't
hold to
compare
their
a
heart.
teacup
No, you
poodle to
can't.
the
You're right.
officer's son. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
But to the guy, you heard her say it's her child to her.
Well, that's wacky to me.
20 crucial minutes before the officer finished writing a ticket and let them go. By that time, Missy had died.
And you know he was taking extra time. You know the officer just out of spite. Because it doesn't take 20 minutes to write a ticket. Right, Terry? This guy was just like kicking up his feet.
Oh, yeah.
Doing unnecessary background checks. Just because he was probably annoyed at the way the couple in the SUV was acting, right? I mean, he could have moved it along a little bit quicker.
He could have, yes.
20 crucial minutes before the officer finished writing a ticket and let them go. By that time, Missy had died inside the car. The couple had Missy cremated and carry her ashes in a little box.
What was your reaction? Just the fact that the officer said it's just another...
Teacup, a little thimble, Terry. How many ashes are we talking about here? Man.
I have my dog's ashes on my mantle.
Oh, jeez.
What was your reaction? Just the fact that the officer said it's just another dog.
When I heard him say, it's just a dog, I then realized he wasn't going to help me at all. And that's kind of when I started freaking out a little bit more because that dog was everything to us.
We were so close and we had such a strong relationship that it was really, really hard losing her.
Oh, San Marcos, Texas police officer Paul Stevens has been reprimanded over the incident. The police chief called Stevens' behavior a rookie mistake.
I really don't care about your dog, okay?
See, listen to that. I really don't care about your dog.
Well, I think that's pretty obvious. He didn't care about the dog.
So if one of the dogs from the canine unit is dying, who cares? You can get another one.
Yeah. Talk to a police officer who's in canine, and I mean, they have ceremonies for canine dogs, just like they do for police officers.
I never thought I'd see the day where Terry took the anti-police side.
Well, you're seeing it.
This
there's
is a banner day, ladies and gentlemen. Terry, who has gone beyond the call of duty, to go above and beyond what's necessary to defend an officer in the stressful day-to-day, minute-to-minute task that he has to tend to. Here's Terry now, pulling a 180. And ready to string this guy up, huh?
Because I just think that he could have handled it a lot differently.
Of course he could have handled it differently. He chose. This was a choice on some level not to. This was not necessarily police protocol. He did not think it was...
To be that insensitive, you're dealing with the public, and you still have to be, to some extent, sensitive to what's going on.
They're so quick to put an officer on suspension, though. Not to say that this isn't justified, but... I'm not saying it is either, Terry. Is this, after all this cop has gone through the academy, blah, 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 and facing near death, never knows when he kisses his wife goodbye, if he has a wife, whether he's going to come home alive that night, and because of this traffic stop, his line of employment now, clearly, for the rest of his future, in doubt. Is that fair, yes or no?
Well,
based on the way he behaved in this situation, this officer.
They did it. If that's their protocol, then that's what he needs to do.
I'm asking you for your opinion. If you're the person in charge, should this man's career be completely washed away because of what happened on the side of the road on this particular night, Terry?
He's definitely written up and probably suspended. Yeah.
What is the punishment that should happen to this officer?
Told you, written up and suspended.
I want to make sure I get exactly what you think. So written up and suspended for how long?
I would probably say, God, that's...
Now slap on the red. Oh, go ahead.
What?
I thought you were about to answer. Go ahead. Go ahead. How long? How long should the suspension be?
30 days.
Oh, slap on the red.
No, nothing.
Actually, that's all you're saying? I thought
no pay.
I thought you were being hardcore.
No pay.
All right, no pay for 30 days, and then he's back in good standing?
Well, actually, not necessarily, because he's written up.
Written up. Yeah. What does that mean exactly?
Well,
that it's in his file?
It's in his file, and
should he be on the take sometime in the future? Oh, they'll go back to the day he was the dog hater, and that's strike two.
They look at all that stuff.
When you're up for promotion, that kind of thing.
They look at all that stuff, believe it or not.
It does hurt you pretty bad.
It does.
I think you should have a new career. You should have a modicum of sensitivity.
If you're not going to be able to,
you'd strip him of his badge
I would.
from now to the end of time.
That's right. Take his badge and shove it up his rump. How'd that feel?
That's a lot more severe than a 30-day suspension and a little notation in your file.
You might want to pick a new career. It's probably not for you. I always see signs for UPS hiring. You can go move boxes. They pay well, too.
Well, let us go to the phone lines on this. This just happened about a week and a half ago. And this was our first moment that we could delve into it. This happened while I was out sick, Terry, but just a story that's about a week and a half old now.
Right.
And I'm sure this is a story that is going to bring about a lot of people's emotion.
Well, obviously, it's made it to national news, so already, what else?
Incite a lot of emotions and bring about a lot of opinions. So let's hit the phone lines. Tiny's still holding on from the last segment, but I think he's now decided he wants to comment on this since we never finished up with him. Tiny, in 30 seconds or less, what are your thoughts on this, sir?
It's a dog. I have a dog. I love my dog. But you're putting other people's lives in danger for your dog.
So you think the fact that they were traveling at the rate of speed over 100 miles an hour, weaving in and out of traffic, was the crime that needed to be attended to by the police officer first and foremost?
Yep.
And his job was to write up a ticket for their reckless driving behaviors.
Could have taken them to jail.
Say again?
Could have taken them to jail. Come on, man. You going to hurt somebody over your dog?
That's right on the borderline at that rate of speed, Terry, where the officer's discretion can be used to put him in the car, put him in the squad car, and take him off to jail over 100 miles an hour.
And somebody who says their dog is equal to their child has an issue. I love my dog, but my dog has nothing to do with my kid.
Mm-hmm.
Get them some Jesus. They need some Jesus.
Well, Terry's got her mouth tightly closed right now.
I'm being wrote Terry off.
And you're not going to find any agreement from Hot Fudge Scott here on this one.
Got just as emotional as about my dog passing as I would my kids. Quite honestly,
that is not true. I hope that is not true.
Well,
I hope for your kid.
I was crying and upset about that.
Your kid has never been sick and your kid has never died. Thankfully, Terry.
Yeah,
but I hope if that hopefully that never happens. But if that ever did, I hope you will change your statement.
I do get pretty emotional. I'm just stating that I can get pretty emotional for both.
So
I understand.
Why can't you love an animal as much as a kid? I don't understand. What should hold you back from that? Why?
Because it doesn't talk and it's just an animal and that kind of thing.
It's not a knock on how much you love your kid. It's more of a credit to how much you love your animal.
Don't get me wrong. I put down a dog. Every time I pass that veterinarian, I tear up. But I'm not going to run 100 miles an hour down the street to try to save the dog.
When your dad died, Terry, and that happened a few years ago, was it the same level of emotion you had for your dog dying? Well, you probably have to say yes now because you're too deep into this argument, so I can't get an honest answer out of you now. So, you know what? Don't even answer the question. Thank you, Tiny. Thank you for your thoughts. 1-866-663-T-Man is the number to call. It's going to be the animal lovers against those who think the animal lovers are a little bit overboard. That's where we're going to get here now when I go to the phones. Those who think people who are too far gone with being animal lovers and that they're wacky people are going to be calling in, and those who are animal lovers are going to say, how dare you not see what this officer did as big a crime as anyone. All the crap. So I don't even know what we're going to get now. But I'm excited to go to the phones anyway. Mike, you're on the air in San Jose. Hello, Mike.
Yeah.
Yes, Mike.
Hello, I wanted to about the dog.
Yes.
Okay. You know, it's considered on that.
Well, unfortunately, Mike, we're hearing every third word of your phone call because you must be in a bad cell area or just have a pretty lousy cell phone. I'm assuming
is it better?
A little bit better. I'm going to give you a second chance here. Yes. What do you want to say?
Okay. You know, a police officer's dog, if you harm one of those dogs, is considered a felony. And so I just think if, they expect us to respect their dogs, they need to respect ours also.
Well, the main reason for that is those dogs are trained, they're hard to come by, and they're, again, very important to be fighting the crime that the officers are tending to. So it's not because their dogs are more important than your dogs necessarily. It's that they're irreplaceable dogs.
What about the fact that this dog might have been a therapeutic dog and maybe provide some therapeutic kind of therapy? Because there is such a thing that people buy animals just.
Well, you could say the same thing about a blanket. Then you could say the same thing about a teddy bear. I mean, where does it end?
A blanket can lick you and pet you and
speak for yourself.
We'll come from work.
Lower. I rub between my legs. Feels pretty good.
Wow. Especially the electric ones.
Okay.
They make electric blankets too?
Yes.
Listen, it's hard to argue with the animal lovers. I hate to argue with passionate people because I love passion, Terry. I love people who feel passionate about any cause.
I love passion fruit.
So, you got me in a tough spot here. But you know I'm on Tiny's side. I said it before he did. Anyone who compares the life of an animal to the life of a dog, not to diminish the value of a life of an animal, it's certainly of major high worth, but it is not the same thing as saying, well, the officer's child then deserves to die, and it would be the same thing. Bull crap. Stop it. You're sick. Kevin, you're on the air. Hello.
This kid dies.
What's up, T-Man?
Yes, Kevin.
You know what? I agree with you and Tiny. Like, okay, put it this way. I got a friend that loves to eat chicken, and I got another friend who raises chicken like as if someone would raise a dog, and people don't say nothing about that. So why are they going to, dogs, to me, dogs are nothing.
Well, I
agree
with that.
They can't ever say I love you or nothing like that. I mean, they can't do that. And some people love. And
that's not the reason to value a child over a dog, because a dog is not capable of saying I love you. It's.
I'm just saying, if hundreds of years ago we would have tamed chickens or tamed lions or something like that,
it's hard to domesticate a lion.
And each dog would have been that way now.
It's a great example, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin, you're not winning over the audience. But thanks for the call. Jeremy, your turn. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
How are you, Jeremy?
Pretty good. Yeah, cops are jerks, pretty much.
Oh,
but
wow, that's not.
Think about it. Some people can't have kids. Some people can't have kids. So for some people, dogs are their kids, and they raise them the same. And they think that they love them just as equally. So.
Right.
But don't get me wrong, the officer could have handled this differently. The officer could have certainly written the ticket, moved this guy along, or decided perhaps to cut this guy a break. But I want you to acknowledge that the officer then has to play fortune teller in some sense on whose story is legitimate, because for every story he hears like this, which is an absolutely true and desperate and sad situation, there's people making up something as grave as this type of story. I'm having a internal bleeding. I got to get to the hospital. And he can't just follow every person that makes up a story, okay? I've never been a police officer, but I feel comfortable saying that everyone that makes up a story that your gut tells you this person is making up the story, this can't verify it by following the person to the hospital, okay? You have responsibilities, you have grounds to patrol, and you have things to tend to. Right or wrong?
Well, if he was uncertain about their story, he would have said that. He never once said.
And I said that. I said that based on what I'm hearing here.
Yeah, it was obvious that he
never once
saw
said,
the dog.
I don't believe you.
I agree with you. Based on what I'm hearing here, it sounds more to me like a guy who did believe the story but could care less. Yeah, which means that the guy was a bigger offender as a police officer than he should have been. Not that this, as Tiny said, this situation didn't need to be disciplined. Yeah, the dog was dying, but what if the people that were rushing this dog to the hospital caused an 8-car pileup? And yes, ambulances can do the same thing, but you're dealing with human life there.
Much more important, I know.
Much more important, absolutely. The fact that you can't see that, you're warped.
Not to everyone.
Okay, a lot of people can't see it. I understand.
Yeah. To you, it's more important.
To me, it's more important. And if you don't think I'm right, then you're warped.
Okay.
If you think that animal life and human life are equivalent, you're warped.
No. The thing is, you said that they have.
All right. Yes.
Sorry about that. But
you can't say that word.
Okay, me and my girl were heading up to Westport, and these cops were sitting on the side of the road, just doing nothing. And my girl was just driving in the left-hand lane. Okay. And we were about 3 miles ahead of him. Up speeds this cop, and he just stops her and pulls her over and says, it's illegal to drive in the left-hand lane. And we're like, what? Like, you don't have anything better to do? Isn't there a car being stolen?
All right, Los Angeles. Lance.
You didn't get the story.
You're on the air, Lance.
Yeah, I've been studying for the last 3 years to be a cop, and I have a lot of respect for cops, but I must say that the conduct of that cop is absolutely
and I don't think anyone would disagree with that. Even Terry, who has taken the cop side and other issues where it was also hard to make a case for what the cop did. Like, remember the cop that was like basically torturing those kids that were skateboarding or doing something like a year or so ago.
Right.
Remember that story?
Dude, don't call me dude.
Right.
He got really mad about getting called dude.
You kind of took his side a little bit, didn't you? And you took the side of the cop that was beating the girl on the back of the car when she was crying for dear life. You had no sensitivity there. Right. It's amazing how you had no sensitivity there whatsoever for that girl who was getting her arms taken behind her back when it looked like her chicken arm was about to snap, Terry, because her weight was all of about 70 pounds. You had absolutely no sympathy for her. And I'm not saying you should be sympathetic for the cop here because the cop was wrong.
Right.
But it's just so interesting to me. And that whole argument of, dogs have no one to defend them, so the people have to go beyond the call of duty. And I understand that. But it's just so interesting to me nonetheless on how emotional you'll get over this. But you had absolutely no sympathetic feelings for that girl whatsoever.
But again, I think, too, I mean, you have a gentleman here on the line who's actually studying to be in the academy and go through it all as a police officer, and he's like, the guy was...
And I agree with him. The cop was absolutely out of line.
So there are plenty who are in law enforcement who probably, listening to this, would probably say, he was a total jackass.
Jameson, you're on the air. Hello.
Hey, I wanted to comment about this old dog situation. I had a question, though. Was this guy actually running from the police?
No, he wasn't running. He pulled over, I believe, when he saw the lights flashing, but he thought the cop would hear his story and very quickly let him go on about his way to save the dog's life. And the cop could have done that, or he could have provided maybe even an escort to try to save the dog's life. But the cop took it the absolute opposite way.
Okay, if it was my dog, and the cops seen that I had a dog dying in my front seat, and didn't decide to help me, and then went longer, the guy is wrong. He should probably have some, bad repercussions for what he did. Now, he could have seen the dog choking or whatever, decided to help the guy along, make things speed up the process, slapped him with a ticket and let him go. I mean, he knew what he was going to do anyways. It sounded like you guys said he was running from the police. I was going to say he's lucky he didn't get beat down when he got out of the car. But the other thing is, I'm part Filipino, and my uncle told me when he got back from the Philippines, they was eating dogs.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. So, I mean...
We thought that was urban legend, but...
Anyways,
I'm sure there's some truth to that.
People love their animals. People love, things in their life. And, if you're a police officer in this day and age, you should know that there's certain things you cannot say. There's political, requirements to things you can say these days compared to something 100 years ago. And, people do treat their dogs like... I know somebody real close to me that treats their dog just like a kid. And they have, quite a bit of money, and they shower this dog with their money, too. And it's kind of like, why don't you throw some of that bread to me?
All right, we're kind of getting off the point a tad, maybe. I'm not sure.
And then try to veer back in.
I feel sorry for the next girl that goes on a date with Jameson.
D, you're on the air. Hello. Real quick.
You won't stop talking.
Hey, okay, so what I got to say is I'm a dog lover more than anybody else. But the type of dog that is involved in this, I'm sure is one of those little tiny, shaking, strange dogs. I honestly don't consider that to be even part of the dog race.
Wow.
It's more of a water rat, Terry.
Hold on.
They're small, but they're pretty cute.
Because I don't, as far as I'm concerned, they're not known for any hunting skills.
Are poodles all together in your mind? Are poodles dogs? This was a teacup poodle, but what about just your general poodle? Is a poodle a dog, yes or no?
Well, the little bigger ones, they're a little more, at least they can be presented.
So a little meat on them, a little size, and a poodle is a dog, but a teacup poodle is not a dog, so this doesn't qualify as anything that the cop needed to worry about.
All they do is sit in people's laps and tremble. They don't hunt. They don't protect. They don't smell.
They are the lap dogs.
My dog wouldn't last 10 minutes in the woods.
If a rat was on the passenger seat choking, Terry, would the cop have had the right reaction by doing what he did, Terry, and having no concern?
What if a flea was choking?
I also think
what about a praying mantis?
These people should be. These people should be thanking the cops and should be kissing his feet
for letting the dog die. Okay.
For not throwing them in jail.
I see. Yes.
They should be kissing his feet because in some other countries, which I know because I've lived in other countries, they'll take that dog, they'll shoot it in front of him, they'll take him.
Nice, thanks. Okay.
And on that
note, the T-Man Show.
Jessica. Oh, yeah, I got the wrong one. And a lot of people want to talk about this subject, Terry, so I'm going to keep taking calls for as long as we can. before the next break. Jessica, you're on the air. Hello.
Hi, T-Man.
How are you, baby?
Good. How are you?
All right.
I just wanted to make a comment about that guy that said that
Pretty emotional
dogs
topic.
don't show emotion.
Dogs show no emotions? That's what he said?
He said that they can't show you that they love you and everything like that.
I think he said they can't say that they love you, but I don't know if you... all right, maybe you're right. I don't know. I wasn't listening. Go ahead.
You can say it in many other ways. When you get home from work, they're there, putting their little tails, giving you kisses and things like that. And I just think it's so wrong. People that don't have dogs don't understand that they are kids.
They are kids.
To a lot of people, they are, yeah.
So that's what it takes for you to decipher where you draw the line on what living species, what living being deserves to be treated with the same respect as a human, and what living... Because I'm sure, what if there was a pet salamander on the front seat of the car that was in distress and was about to die? Should it be treated with the same kind of urgency as a human being then, or no?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't have any kids. I do the comparison, but my dog is...
Yeah, it's usually people without kids who feel they should be treated the same as humans. I'm wondering, though, a pet salamander doesn't make the grade, right? So I see. So it has to be emotions and expression that you can interpret as a human being that makes the grade as far as living species that deserve to be treated with the same respect as a human being, right? I see. So it's not all living things. I would think if you feel as passionately as you do, it should be across the board for all living things. But that's not the case, right? You got to draw the line somewhere. So you draw the lines at the animals that can express themselves in ways that you can interpret.
I mean, I guess.
Doesn't seem fair to me.
Speak for myself.
Doesn't seem fair to me that your beetles, and I'm not talking about John and Ringo, but your lizards, and they don't make the cut, and you don't understand them as well as you would a dog, but they are living things. Why don't they deserve to be treated with the same kinds of passion as far as making sure their survival is as intact as a dog or a human then?
Well, if the pet owner was rushing their salamander to the vet, then you may take that into consideration.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. If the pet owner had a salamander on the front seat, shouldn't it be taken as seriously as the dog? You think that's preposterous, don't you?
If the pet owner's in distress, you got to take it into consideration.
So any pet owner, no matter what the pet is, a gerbil, or... Okay, so that's your argument. It doesn't matter that it's a dog. It could be any living thing then.
If the pet owner is in distress and flying to the vet, legitimately upset, then you take into consideration. Right. You have to make your decision after that.
People get set over a lot of things that we can't take seriously because we have to have some sense of order in this world of ours. Mm-hmm. And it's the policeman's job, isn't it, to maintain order in large part.
I mean, someone being upset over a dog seems that's pretty reasonable.
I think it is reasonable, but I just want to know where to draw the line. Isn't it reasonable to... Why do we draw the line at dog and not at lizard?
I don't think most reasonable people would rush a beetle to the vet.
Well, why not? It's got a life.
Well, worry about it when it happens, but I don't think reasonable people would do that. So it probably will never happen.
So you're reasonable, but you think people that think that the dog's life isn't the same level of importance as a human, they're unreasonable.
Yes.
All right. So you have your own opinions, don't you?
I do.
Yes. It doesn't seem fair to me that you feel that the line could be there and it makes sense to you, but if people have the line skewed in a different area are at a line.
I think if a person's rushing an animal to the vet, you have to take that into consideration, whatever their animal is.
What is the protocol? If a police officer, and I'm sure, as I said, deals with it all the time, has a gut instinct that the person they're trying to give a ticket to, but is making it clear that it's a life or death situation, they got to get to the hospital, or their wife has to get to the hospital, or an animal has to get to the hospital, they don't want to come off as insensitive as now this cop is just needing to run and hide from the world because there's a lot of animal lovers who I'm sure would like a piece of his ass, right or wrong?
Sure.
What is the protocol? Can the cop, you would know better than me, Terry, can the cop leave his area of patrol and escort the person to the hospital if they're saying their ulcer is bleeding and they could die, or that they're, I don't know, what do people make up as far as bogus stories?
They're having a heart attack or something?
They're having a heart attack, or they feel like they're about to have a heart attack, and please let me go, officer. Can the officer follow that person to the hospital that they're saying they need to go to?
Sure.
They can.
Yes.
They can just leave the highway, follow the guy to the hospital anytime they want. All right, well, that's good to know. I didn't know that. Then that's what the officer should have done. He should have followed this couple to the vet or to the hospital or whatever treatment they needed to get to as fast as it seemed they needed to go. Right. And if they were lying, he should have arrested them. Right. And if they weren't, I just don't.
The other thing too, he could have. I mean, and as far as humans are concerned, if some guy is faking a heart attack or saying he's having a heart attack, more than likely they're calling on the radio for an emergency transportation. You know, for an ambulance.
Well, that's
because that's available.
Generally, people treat the human situation different than they would an animal.
But the thing is that, I mean, how many ambulances are there for dogs and animals? But so, again, so that's the difference.
But you're saying with 100% certainty, based on this situation,
I know that
with the dog choking, the officer could have
followed him easily.
No doubt about it.
No doubt about it in my mind.
I don't think you could say that with no doubt about it. I don't think you could say there would be absolutely the correct.
Why couldn't he follow him?
Conduct. Maybe the officer is not allowed to leave that certain area of the highway at that particular time of night. If the police precinct that he works for, if the person who's in charge of this particular police officer found out that he left his what if something big goes down right after he leaves and he's escorting some dog to the vet? Maybe you say with certainty, maybe you're right. I tend to believe you because you know more than I do.
Yes.
But I don't know if you are.
He's probably not the only one patrolling on that highway.
I would hope not, but you never know.
So
these
if
days.
Something big went down, he could say, I'm in the, they do have radios and
enrollment
they
is
can
down.
Actually talk to other police officers and say, I'm going here, whatever.
Somebody asked earlier how fast the car was traveling. I just want to see if I know they said it early in the story. Let me see if I can verify how fast the car was traveling in the situation. Hold on, let me find the clip here.
A Texas highway late at night. This vehicle is weaving in and out of traffic at speeds up to 100 miles per hour. But what should have been a routine stop for speeding is grabbing national attention. Driver Michael Gonzalez steps out.
100 miles an hour is not fast enough to throw someone in jail if they were traveling upwards of 100 miles an hour. Once you cross 110, that's when it becomes the area where they can use their discretion and throw you in the cop car and take you away. Am I right? I mean, 95, they're not putting you in jail.
I don't know the exact. I don't know.
Yeah, if it's 55, you go 110, and that's double the speed limit. That's when you're in big trouble. You start doubling the speed limit.
So the person who called earlier who said these people were just lucky they weren't thrown in jail, they weren't traveling fast enough, at least in my mind, for the cop to feel like he could take them away to jail, and they were just lucky to not be in serious trouble themselves.
Unless they had a bag of Coke under their seat, which very possible. Then you probably go to jail.
Josh, real quick, 30 seconds. What do you got?
Hey, how you guys doing?
What do you got?
Cops are bad, okay? But two, that's in Texas. They don't care about animals, let alone humans, okay? So you got to go like that. And in terms of human beings not being equal to a teacup poodle, human beings, they benefit in a way. That teacup poodle really, that's a species that really doesn't do anything for anybody. And that guy, the dog wasn't choking. Okay,
so I see that's where you draw the line. Animals have to do something for humans in order for you to feel like they are worthy. I'm fascinated by what creature is worthy and what creatures aren't. It's unbelievable to me.
But there are some people, let's say, for example, who like snakes, have those big boas or whatever. They would probably feel the same way about a teacup poodle and a snake. You know what I'm saying?
Inflaming people about how wrong this cop was, and then when someone calls up and takes your side, basically, and says cops are bad people, you get all upset. You got to take a side
bad. His behavior was bad.
Well, there's no doubt about that. This cop could have handled this differently. And no one's feeling like this cop handled it right. No one's calling up saying, this guy was perfectly in line with what a cop should do in this situation.
So there's nothing. So I'm going to be condemned for...
This should be in the training manual. No, that's a good point.
You're asking about his behavior.
But don't be shocked based on the way you're responding to this story when somebody calls up all passionate against the cops, Terry.
I get it all the time.
Well...
all the time. That's nothing new.
That's unfortunate.
The T-Man Show.
Good morning, Marnie.
Morning.
What's up, baby?
How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Oh, well, that's pretty good. I don't want to mess with that.
Yeah, so I have a couple of statements.
Statements, no questions, or anything like that. Just
statements.
Yes. I want no response whatsoever to
Right, pretty much.
Leave them as is. Okay, yes, go ahead.
All right, well, okay, you know how they say, like, if you treat a dog good, they'll do something back for you?
They'll do something bad for you?
Like, no, if you do something good to them, they'll return the favor.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Okay, well, what if, like, since they killed the dog from keeping them there too long, what if something bad happened in a situation only a dog would know how to react and respond and save their life, and they're going to die now because they don't have a dog to tell them? Because I know you've heard those stories
Probably too deep for me.
I don't really get
We're
it.
doing Lassie stuff here, I guess. I don't know.
About dogs saving people's lives, telling them.
Right, you have.
So the next time the dog sees a situation where the human's about to die, he's going to let it happen to respond for what this officer and the humans decided to do in this particular situation. Is that kind of what you're leaning towards here, or what? The dog isn't exactly sure what transpired, but they know that more could have been done just by instinct, and the next time a human is in a precarious situation, the dog is going to be like, well, we owe you one for little Toonces there, the teacup poodle that died in the car, so we're laying off this one.
Yeah, dogs have their own chat room. They have their own blogs.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, if this guy's house catches on fire, the dog's going to slowly walk out. Not wake a soul.
Let it burn.
That's right.
Well, I'm saying, like,
I
so,
think-
like, what if today, like, they were sleeping and the house caught fire?
Okay, I think this call lets me
I understand
feel
where she's
comfortable
totally
that
going.
we run the gamut on all kinds of angles as far as this particular story is concerned.
I understand where she's coming from.
I'm sure you would. Marnie!
Yes.
Thank you for the call, baby.
You're welcome.
All right.
She just had one comment.
Yeah. Thankfully. What else is going on, Terry? What else is happening in this world? I have a lot of people, just phone line after phone line of people wanting to comment on that story that we've been talking about for the past, 45 minutes, at least a half hour. But I need to break up the monotony here, Terry. I'm starting to get weighed down on this subject, all right? So what else is going on in the world?
I have a story about a young lady who missed her flight because her bra set off the metal detector. She was leaving Oakland International Airport to catch a flight back to Boston, and of
One of
course
them
she
big old wire bras that have to go beyond the Call of Duty to hold up those huge jugs, or what?
Yes.
Those
And
are the ones that set off the metal detectors, Terry. Most bras will not set off metal detectors anymore, but this must have been like some serious heavy-duty, hardwired bra-type action.
Right, and she did explain to the TSA agents that it was her rather large bra and all its wiring that was setting off the old detector. So
Look, I got more breast here than you got roofing insulation. What do you expect my bra to be doing? Let me get on my flight. Is that pretty much where she was coming from,
well,
or what?
they gave her two options. They said
They like to take their time with those
They do.
big-boobied women, Terry, don't they? We need to take you in a private room for a second.
Anything under here? What about under
They
here?
said that one she
a
could.
lot of porn clips like this, Terry.
Is there anything on here?
Everything always comes down to porn clips. Don't ask why, it just does, Terry.
Jeez.
We're going to need to take you in a private room.
Well, that's what they suggested. They suggested
Can you
one.
find a clip like that?
Oh, yeah. They always want to go, and they always want to be very accommodating.
This was submit to a pat down by a female agent in a private room, or two, she could forget about her flight and go home.
Some of the female agents could be as freaky as any male that could be in the situation, Terry.
Right.
You know, women are more and more these days wide
They're
open.
real flexible.
Gender does not matter. I want love as much as the next guy.
Right. Well, she suggested.
I don't know why everyone feels safe with the female agent coming in patting you down. She could get just as titillated by the titillating situation, Terry, as any male officer. So why are we still going with, let's bring in a female officer? She'll be completely immune to the situation. No, her butt's going to be all juiced out.
Wow.
Come on.
Kind of cool, though.
So stop it already with the, I'm safe. It's a female officer. Come on.
That is kind of true. They call in like female cops and stuff too to pat them down.
They do because they don't want supposedly for other people to feel or that person to feel uncomfortable.
I'm touching your nipples and I'm not moved at all. I'm twisting them now. Actually, I've put one in my mouth, and I'm feeling no emotion whatsoever.
Wow, not doing a thing for me.
Not doing anything for me. I'm glad I'm not male. Come on! Stop it!
Well, then are you suggesting give them a choice?
Females get turned on by other females as much as any guy these days, and that's just the way it is.
So, but again, what I'm saying...
next time that they suggest bringing in a female officer, say, no, take a dude. At least I know where I stand. So,
anyway,
I'm sorry she missed her flight.
Third alternative, she's the one who suggested just taking it off and then going back through the metal detector. And by the time she took it off and went back through, she had missed her flight.
And the moral of the story is she's now suing, trying to get her own airline, or what?
No, it was just an interesting story.
Big tittied airline.
The best part about her taking her bra off is now she has to run to the gate.
Yeah, jump over luggage.
That's right. Let's watch this.
Okay. That's nice. Nice story, Terry. What else? That's a good break of the heaviness of the last story. Because no matter how you slice the last story, Terry.
Yeah.
And I said the only place we all agree is that the cop could have handled it better.
Right.
No one thinks the cop handled it well.
Right.
He was insensitive and wrong. Now, to the level that you feel he was wrong and needs to be disciplined, that's where opinion comes in.
Right.
What else is going on?
I do have kind of a sad story. The guy who wrote the book 100 Things to Do Before You Die, he passed away.
Oh, jeez.
He was only 47 years old, and according to his family, he'd only done half the things that
he was up to thing 4.
Well, no, he only did half. So
yeah.
He actually fell and hit his head and died.
Can't help but chuckle a little bit that the guy who wrote the book, Things You Must Do Before You Die, didn't live to see old age, Terry.
Right.
Sarah's right. Don't tell me what to do.
I would have, very bossy. I would have thought that he would have done them all. If you buy that book, you assume he's done them all.
Right.
How would he know that they're fun and they're cool to do?
Well, maybe it's just virtually impossible for a man of, how old was he when he died?
47.
A man of, who's only lived 40 some odd years to have done all the things that are in this book. Well, then shut up until you're a credible source and have done all the things. Don't tell me what to do, bastard.
That's what I'm saying. How would he know they're fun?
You got to respect the dead.
Nice.
So now he has a kick the bucket list?
First things to do in heaven. If you make it there.
Yeah, go to the buffet so good. Up in the heaven buffet is good, though.
You guys are... Okay.
Are they slicing brisket in the heaven buffet, Master Jack?
It's whatever you like, probably.
Oh, I would hope.
Brisket, whatever.
I would hope. Have you not had a nice piece of brisket lately, Terry?
I like brisket.
No, I haven't, but I watched the Food Network and watched
my
all
little
kinds
neighbor
of
guy,
brisket making.
my little neighbor loves it.
How about a little skirt steak?
Yeah, not really into that, but I've had it's pretty.
Yeah.
I like brisket though. You don't think my little neighbor guy that we both know
What
loves
is
it?
Brisket exactly?
It's part of the cow.
Yeah.
Pot roast or what?
No.
It's a part of the cow. I don't know.
I've heard the word, but I don't even know what I'm talking about, really.
A specific piece of meat.
It's a specific area of the cow?
Yes.
It's real good.
So you love sinking your teeth into parts of a cow, but anybody who doesn't take dogs seriously enough is a bastard.
That's right.
Funny, isn't it? Funny, interesting.
Yeah, we just do the best we can in
Somewhat
this world.
hypocritical, wouldn't you say?
No, I don't have a pet cow.
Oh, I love myself. Love myself some brisket. 1-866-663 T-Man is the number to call. Let me see where I need to go. Let me go to Andrea. Seems to have some issues out there with me. Yes, Andrea.
Hi, I was calling about the dog thing, but I guess it's getting kind of old now.
No, it's not old. I mean, I just needed a little break, but everyone seems to be calling about it, so have your fun. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I was just kind of commenting on how you compare the dog to a salamander or a chicken or a snake, and I'm torn between you and Terry at the same time. I agree you can't.
I wasn't comparing it. I was just trying to make a point. I just feel like if you're so adamant of protecting life altogether that I wonder how easily you can draw the line anywhere. And if you're going to feel so passionate about a dog, why shouldn't you feel passionate about any living thing then?
Well, you should, but
just because you can interpret the emotions and you can interpret the expressions of a dog, and you can't necessarily interpret the emotions and translate other animals, doesn't mean you should pay favor to play favorites to a dog over other living things.
Same reason humans don't value human life. We continue to bomb the crap out of each other, and we kill each other all the time.
Kill each other, no problem.
And we all agree that that's unfortunate, I would hope.
Oh, not the people that are bombing. They don't care.
I would think that even they agree that that's unfortunate.
Dogs don't bomb each other. That's why I like them better.
I totally
You let them get too much power, you'd be surprised.
That's probably true.
Right. At the same time, a salamander isn't going to save your life. Again, back to the burning building or...
Right.
I see. So
it's not a matter of the skills a dog is built up.
So
how
because the dog can save a human life, that's why he's more valuable than other living things. That makes sense. I get it. So it all comes. So it does all come back to humans.
Excuse me?
Never mind. Anyway.
If that little Geico lizard was my friend, I would definitely rush him to the hospital.
Yeah, the Geico lizard could talk.
Oh, yeah,
Is he the exception to the lizard rule or what?
He is so cool. I love that guy.
It's very entertaining. If the cavemen got their own shows, you would think the lizard
very true.
is overdue.
No kidding.
For his own show.
Way more entertaining. I forgot about that. Poor George Lopez. Got punked for cavemen.
Kim!
And was not happy about it.
Mountain View!
Very verbal about
the
it.
caveman show, is that done
It's
already?
done. Come on.
Hello?
That was so non-predictable. Yes, Kim, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I was going to say, I had a teacup poodle when I was growing up, and I loved her to death. Her name was Penny. Yes, I died when she, I was crying when she died. But now that I'm older and have 3 kids of my own, it's so just ridiculous, Tari's position about a kid and a dog having the same, she'd cry the same, because I know for a fact if somebody held a gun to her dog's head.
I hope for Terry's sake that she's not being completely in tune with her real feelings. If she feels that the same level of sorrow would take place if one of her kids died as opposed to her dog dying. I'm hoping that she just got a little overpassionate with the story and how sad it was to listen to, and that's not the case. I would feel bad for your kids if that was the case. But usually it's a person who doesn't have kids that makes the argument that the dog's life is as valuable as a human life. And it's rare to find someone who has kids that feels that way. But if you're that person, Terry, hey, your opinion is as valuable as mine or anyone else's. I don't feel that way. I think the people who, believe me, I have good feelings towards. I'm very much of a fan of dogs. I had one. I hope to have one again in the future, Terry. But I do not feel that you are making comparable type feelings towards human life as you are towards a dog's life, okay? Not that I think a dog's life is invaluable by any stretch of the imagination. I have a lot of feelings towards anyone who's treating a dog in a cruel fashion, although we all have our cultural differences, and I took Michael Vick's side. You may say, hey, T-Man, you've always proven that you're insensitive towards dogs. No. I just made a point in the whole Michael Vick situation that don't try to get into the mind of someone who was raised to not feel the same kind of level of sympathy towards dogs as the next person. All right? There are cultural divides, even in our own country.
You ever been in a restaurant or an airplane with kids? They're not really that likable. They're pretty annoying, actually. Come on. What's so likable about kids?
So stick some apparatus down all their throats so they all choke, just like this dog did.
Well, I'm going to give them till about 12 to see how their life's going.
Well, you're about to have your own real soon, and I hope, for your child's sake, that your feelings will change when you're cradling that baby in your arms and you don't have the same level of emotion over your child's well-being as you do your dog's. Again, I want to make it clear, not that I feel like you should be beating your dog and not feeling any kind of emotion whatsoever.
I understand what you're saying, but can you love a child that a dog is
the level should go higher for your child than it does for your dog.
So you can't love anything else as much as your child.
They should both be of a raised status. Huh?
You can't love anything else as much as your child. It's not possible.
Nope.
That's a pretty general statement, but I have to say, based on face value of that question, the answer is yes. You shouldn't feel any level of emotion higher than you should for your own blood
Not higher,
child.
not higher, the same.
You shouldn't feel, nothing should be equivalent.
Okay,
yes,
that's
absolutely.
what I'm wondering. All right.
I can't think of anything. Nothing comes to mind.
YouTube?
No. So somebody holding a gun.
If I had to pick between YouTube and my child, I have to lean towards child, even though that's a tough one.
All right, because your wife.
So that's
my wife. All right, and she'd be the first to say that I take a back seat if she had to. I would step in front of a bullet for my child. So
I'm just asking.
I would think that my wife would take if one of us had to go, and I would agree.
You're not shoving your kid in
I'm packing my bags and hitting the buffet.
But my only question is,
and I'm hoping they're serving brisket.
My question is, why do you have to choose? Why can't you?
You don't have to choose. That's what's so stupid about this conversation.
Why can't you love something the same? It doesn't mean you don't love your kid.
But But if you had to choose, you choose human. All right?
I don't think we have to.
Unless you're warped.
Can we love
Thankfully,
everything
we don't. We don't have to argue about this all morning, but it's too late for that now.
More importantly, where's the brisket?
My God.
You guys are dying for some brisket.
Brisket's off the...
Yeah, it is, actually.
At least we can all agree. Here's one person on the phone line that nobody cares about. Yes, Schwager.
Hi, T. I need to ask you a question.
Yeah, what if you wanted to eat him? Who would care?
Nobody would care. No one would fight for him. Nothing.
Right.
Yes, Schwager.
I have a girl question for you.
You have a girl question. Well,
No way.
He's finally showing a few signs of positive progress. Yes.
Maybe he wants the surgery to become one.
Now, if only Pasty Dave would come to me with this. Yes. Yes, Schwager. What's your question?
That ain't happening.
Okay, I've been telling you a while ago about that girl that I'm interested in. She said something a few weeks ago that kind of threw me for a loop, and I need you to interpret it.
She said something to you that threw you for a loop.
Yeah. She interested me as a little brother.
Do you like girls, Schwager? I don't know. Throw her for a loop here. She what? She said she liked you as a little brother?
Yes.
Not a good thing to hear. I don't know what needs interpretation here.
I don't either.
Anytime a girl says to a guy, I kind of feel a brother-sisterly kind of feeling with you, well, that is probably one of the most insulting things a woman that you have any kind of feelings on a romantic level that could ever be thrown your way.
Do you hump your brother?
Mm-hmm.
No?
Well, here's the thing.
Then I'm out.
Yes.
She was kind of put on the spot for that question by a friend of ours. So I'm wondering if that was just a quick response answer or what.
Well, the fact that she was aware that you would find out about it or was there to hear it all together, it's just not a good thing, Schwager. That pretty much clearly says that she's going beyond the call of duty to make it clear to you that she wants to maintain whatever relationship you have with her to be strictly on a friend level.
Yes.
She doesn't want your hands anywhere near her.
Sorry.
Which gives you two options.
I want to say I'm not keeping hands near her, but...
You have two options now. The rapist route or respecting her feelings on this and being a friend to her. And I'm assuming that you're not twisted enough to begin a life of forcible sex, right?
I am not like that.
Yeah, and you know, you're not even sure you want to have sex with women altogether, right?
I think so.
Even if she, well, you should probably know by now.
You would hope.
Yeah. Even if she said the opposite to you, you'd be still in the same kind of ambiguous, unclear type of the feeling that you are, right? You wouldn't know what to do next.
Well,
this probably puts you in a certain comfort level. You don't have to worry. The pressure's off you now, right? Right?
I don't know. I mean, I think there's something still there.
He's hoping, really.
This is the one he wants to pursue.
Yeah. The one who loves you like a brother.
Mm-hmm. He feels very comfortable and safe with this girl. The one who's made it clear that she likes him like a brother. This is the romance he wants to pursue, Terry.
You think there's something there after hearing that? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he does.
It's like the old Dumb and Dumber line?
Yeah.
Oh,
so you're saying
I got a chance? Yeah, same thing. 1 in a million. Oh, you're saying I got a chance?
Well, I used to take the hairpin to pick the lock and see my sister naked, so why shouldn't you?
Wow. How'd it look?
Oh. Looks better every time I think about it. Anytime. Anyway, Schwager, you may want to look for somebody else. All right? But you're really not motivated to do that anyway, so this is where you're at. Okay, nice talking to you.
Good luck.
Hmm?
What is it? I thought he would need cash or something. He got off easy this time.
I know I got another hotline filled up here that I feel like I should probably get to.
Okay.
All right.
Listen to your breathing.
Gay phone operator.
The brisket talk.
He's so gay. He's so phone operator. And now, here's Gay. A good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Gay.
How you doing?
I'm all right.
I have really good news.
Uh-oh.
Yes, Gay.
You lost weight.
There's no way.
Oh, no, it has nothing to do with my weight.
Yes, Gay.
My best friend, Chris, is coming back to town.
Wait.
What, the Village People, Chris?
Yes.
Chris from the Cub. The one that you always cry about?
Why would anyone care about a friend that deserted you, 4 years ago? Why would anyone care about this?
Desert me.
Your best friend that once you started revealing your true emotions to him and told him how you felt about him, he ran for the hills, left the state, went as far away from you as reasonably possible. That best friend, that's the one you're talking about?
He moved
Talk about
with his
warped.
partner to San Diego.
Our whole listening audience, Terry, has this level of dysfunctionality that I picked up on many, many years ago. You know that, Terry.
Right.
But it just seems to not only be not going away, but increasing on a regular basis.
Yes.
His best friend was Jerko a month ago. Never,
Yeah, it was.
Never talks to the guy.
So,
Nope.
So you're back to calling Chris from the Cuff
Yes.
your best friend.
I've always called Chris from the Cuff my best friend.
The guy who's brought you nothing but frustration, heartache, and sorrow. That best friend?
It's not only just that.
Right.
He knows I care about him. He knows I love him.
And has no interest whatsoever.
No, because I'm not his type, and he has a partner. He actually just got married on September 3rd.
The guy who basically
August 3rd.
taunts you for a living. The guy who basically... See, when I got taunted by women in high school, when I knew that I wanted them, Terry...
Yes.
And they made it clear that there was no chance for me, I moved on.
You did.
I didn't wallow in the misery. No. Okay?
You hang around hoping for like another chance, right?
As soon as I realized there's no shot, I cut my losses. As embarrassing as the moment may have revealed itself to be, and I move on.
If you haven't noticed, Gay has no shame. If you haven't noticed,
Here's Swagger, who's going after a girl who says that he sees her as her brother. And here's, now, Christopher Sterling, better known as the gayest phone operator who ever lived.
Yes.
Who's now calling Chris from the Cuff. A man with a handlebar mustache in 2008, Terry. I'm close enough. And a man who's made it clear that this is never going to happen as far as you even putting one pinky on me. You're calling him your best friend, and you get all
I've always called him my best friend.
All excited when this guy comes back to town because you always think that he's going to come around and you and him are going to skip off into the sunset.
No,
and be a
not
couple
at all.
and happily ever after. Yes, you
not
do.
at all.
Yes, you do. That's what you're thinking.
No.
And you're
He
gonna.
has a partner. He just got married.
We all know the eventual, inevitable way this ends. You're going to cry like a frickin' baby and start eating one drumstick after another.
Yeah, the chicken kind or the ice cream kind?
Both.
I'm
Whoa,
just
man.
excited
I wanna
to
get
see
sad
him.
now.
He's going to be in town. Right now is the Gay Softball World Series. It's here in town. So he's coming for that.
What?
Love yourself some softballs, do you?
I do.
Lots of pitchers and catchers.
The Gay Softball World Series.
And we will be going out to the Cuff again. So, old times. It's going to be good. I wanted to share my happy news with you.
That sound like an event you want to be in the bleachers for, Terry?
I'll go
sure.
watch
You ready to do the wave?
Yeah.
So we get a call Monday. He's crying, like you said, because Chris left and wanted
I'll be
nothing to do with it.
upset. You know what? At least I can admit it. I will definitely be upset when he leaves.
You love putting yourself in these situations.
You know, what am I supposed to do? I love the guy. He's my friend. So I'm going to be sad that he goes, but I'm going to have a good time when he's here.
Everyone should have such a great best friend. Everyone should have such a wonderful best friend who abandons them as soon as they reveal to them how strongly emotional they feel about that person, and basically dangle themselves like a carrot in front of you, only to yank themselves away.
He was dangling. He was dangling.
Only to yank themselves away when you are the most vulnerable. Everyone should have a best friend like that. You're really a lucky guy.
You want to call him and ask him?
I've talked to him about
this.
this.
Anything in front of me.
He dangled his participle right in front of your frickin' nose. Just when you were ready to reach for his soft balls, he took himself and his whole situation like as far down the coast as possible.
Close to Mexico as you can get.
Yes.
Close as leaving the country as you can get.
Everyone should have such a best friend. You're really a lucky guy. I know people are lining up to trade lives with you.
Whatever. I'm happy. He's coming to town. It's going to be a good time.
But he's probably not coming for you, I would bet.
This temporary happiness that you tend to have from time to time.
He's coming for the softball tournament, and he called me to let me know that he was going to be
Just
here.
in case he bumped into you, and it would be that real awkward situation.
Whatever.
What are you doing here?
He's like, I'm going up the West Coast, and I guess I gotta call gay phone operator just in case he's at this gay softball tournament that I'm heading towards, and I have that awkward bump into him situation, and I forget to call. That's why he called you gay.
No.
And look at you.
He's not even coming up for you.
Like a third-grade schoolgirl who has a crush, getting all excited and worked up over this.
I wouldn't expect him to come up here for me.
Why not? You guys are best friends.
You love...
Well, we're best friends, but I haven't gone down there.
You love setting yourself up for misery,
I'm
don't
not
you?
setting myself up. I'm going to be sad when he leaves.
He's got a new man. You can't be upset.
I'm happy that he's going to be here and we get to go out.
You're going to make a gay-ass move on him in a drunken state. He's going to turn you down, and you're going to cry like a baby to us.
Whatever,
We have
I'll
to
give
take
him
the
a
brunt
hug,
of this.
I'll cop a feel like I always do. And that's the same thing.
Who gets the brunt of this, Terry?
We do.
Who suffers?
We do.
That's right. And we don't even get to see who wins the softball tournament.
Or cop a feel, for that matter. Oh, whoops, was that out loud?
That could be arranged.
Sorry.
So you're going to be a third wheel all weekend long? To their happiness?
No, he's not bringing his partner.
Oh, whatever.
So you really think there's a shot?
Yeah.
Ooh, the boyfriend is not happy with this.
You guys, I'm sad. He doesn't
His
like
boyfriend
that
knows that
guy.
he
Just
no
gave him,
freaking
he
threat.
just gave him a sad face. He's not happy.
Who's not happy? Oh, the dude from Chicago?
Yeah.
He's not a boyfriend. Gay's realizing that now. Obviously, he wouldn't even be talking about this old flame.
I've already told...
Flamiest flame in the West.
I told
Not
him
that
he's
old.
coming to town. I told Chris about him. He knows all about it.
It's like some weird faux friendships you have. You never talk to the guy. You never see the guy.
When are you going to get a semblance of
I
a
talk
normal
to
life?
Chris all the time.
When are you going to get a semblance of a normal life? And this has nothing, obviously, clearly to do with your sexual status. Okay? I don't want you to make any reference to me suggesting that your sexuality is the question I'm asking you here. It has nothing to do with it. That aside, when are you going to get a trace, a small little flicker of a normal life? Answer me!
I think my life is as normal as it can be.
Well, that says it all. The answer is never. But he'll meet me at the smorgasbord, having a nice piece of brisket.
Where? Wait a minute. You think Gay's going to heaven?
When we all move on.
Wait a minute.
Are you saying straight to hell?
Wait a minute. You think Gay's going to heaven? Really?
Well, then enjoy your piece of charcoal down there.
That's right. All you can eat, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Which buffet are we going to?
Oh, cheers. All right. Anyway, so
Can we go this morning? I don't have to start work till late.
When is he flying in with his fairy wings?
He flies in Friday morning.
Uh-huh.
But I'm working, so I won't see him until Friday night.
So you don't have a sick day that you can prepare to take on Friday for the special occasion?
No, I don't get sick pay.
Is he staying at your place? You guys are best friends, right? Staying at your house?
He's not staying at my place.
Geez.
He's staying with someone that has...
He wouldn't be caught dead there.
No, because I'm working, and I can't go pick him up at the airport, so he's staying with people that have a car. They can pick him up.
People that he can tolerate.
People that clean their place.
Oh!
Whatever.
People don't have random Craigslist stragglers coming in and out like the revolving door that you have on your apartment.
Stragglers. I love it.
What are you typing right now?
His little boyfriend, guys, let them have it in the chat room.
Do you think maybe we can get your undivided attention when we actually choose
Yeah, I'm
to
able to
spend...
multitask, not like some people,
Apparently
okay?
not, because you're not speaking, and I'm asking you a question.
I was not speaking because you were talking, goddammit!
Oh, jeez.
You usually get pissed when I interrupt you, so I wasn't.
What do you say about a piss?
I don't...
You usually get upset when he interrupts you.
I thought I asked him a question that went unanswered, and he was typing away. I don't remember what the question was, because I could care less. But anyway.
Wow.
All right, so he comes in Friday, leaves on Sunday.
Saturday morning he actually leaves.
He's coming in Friday and leaving Saturday morning?
Yeah.
All right, so then and Monday's a holiday, so by Tuesday the crying will pretty much be done, so we don't have to deal with it, really. That's good.
Then
All
you
right.
won't have to deal with it.
Good.
Wait, when's the softball game? I don't get it.
I ain't in the mood.
The tournament's all week, and he was able to get just a couple days off from work. He has to be back on Sunday.
Cockamamie. Nonsense.
Talk about being, like, dictated by the man. He only can come in for the gay softball tournament for, like, a couple of hours? It's a big occasion.
He's not playing in the tournament. He's just coming up for it.
Yeah, we can't really get much enjoyment out of the
Because
tournament.
he's been involved with the softball league.
You're going to fly in and fly out like that?
He's not playing this year, but he wants to come up. He had a chance.
Sounds good.
He had a ticket. He took time off.
Oh, come on. He can't really play softball anyway. He's gay.
Yeah, I don't play softball.
He could kick your ass in softball.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How much talent is out there on the softball field? A lot?
Probably.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I
You want to
wouldn't
go
know.
play?
What?
You want to go play?
Let me tell you something right now.
They're playing softball.
This, again, maybe
Whatever, Vinny, you fat.
Don't even go.
Vinny bought a new glove.
Wait, maybe I was poking some fun for a second there, but don't even try to say this guy has softball talent that would ever reach my level, okay?
Yeah, he does.
Whatever. You're so silly.
Well, you know what? Why don't you call him right now and tell him you want to
I'm
challenge
not
him?
calling.
No, you won't because you're a pussy!
Why should I call him?
No.
I'm better at softball than you.
Yeah, you probably promised Chris, they're going to call you today. It's going to be really, really funny.
Oh, please. Anyway.
Well, what do you have to call him for?
We've spent more than enough time with you, Gay.
Then hang up the goddamn phone.
Good idea.
Wow. Maybe he wasn't going to say phone. We'll never know.
The T-Man Show.
Tell your friends. You're my friend. You'll be famous. Oh, well. Through all the emotion, Terry. Through all the passion.
Yes.
Through all the interesting little stories that you brought to our attention this morning. Can't think of one. Through all of that fun and frolic type behaviors that went on this morning, one thing that should be remembered, if anything is going to be left as a lasting impression, is that today is, in fact, Hump Day, and on this particular day, one should know...
You are officially closer to the weekend in front of you than the weekend behind you.
Yes!
And this is a 3-day weekend, so you should be extra excited about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can't wait.
I actually had Hotshot come to my hotel room on Wednesdays, and I mean, not my hotel room, my hospital room.
Whoa. Holy crap, don't tell him about that.
Maybe that was a little bit of...
Jeez.
When I was in the hospital, Terry.
Yes.
Never mind, you know? Let me cut my losses.
The T-Man Show.